And he was like silent, and then he would just go, not good. Not good.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Tickets are available right now.
Summertime shy.
My least favorite phrase on the planet Earth. Chicago better prove it. This better be the greatest summer scene I've ever seen in my life.
I've never been to Chicago in the summer. Well, there was that one time, but I was unconscious for most of it.
Yeah.
So
That doesn't count.
I didn't
You were not
get
alive
to
for any of it.
experience summertime shy. I experienced the evening of Chicago, and early morning, but I never I was not conscious during the day. So I'm excited to see the beaches. I'm excited to see how unbelievable Chicago is. I've heard nothing but that.
I want to go to the garages.
For 10 years.
I want to go to the
about how
garages in
amazing-
Chicago because you guys invented a garage. You got a garage and everything? Go to get our tickets now. We have June 18th in Chicago at Park West Theater. We've got the month before that, we're in Philly, May 19th at the Fillmore. And we'll be in Nashville next week for the Nashville Comedy Festival. So the early first half of the KFC Radio Spring and Summer Tour, KFC Radio Live, is on sale. Check out our social media page or click the link in our bio for tickets available. Get them now. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. I am sitting here next to what I would describe as like the corpse or the body of John Henry Feidelberg.
Why?
Fresh off of his week of rebirth, if you will, like a phoenix
When was my week of rebirth?
when you shaved.
Oh, right. I forgot about
Like a phoenix
that. Move on fast.
rising from Arizona. You became a handsome guy again. Everybody was riding your dick. Everybody was saying like how like good looking.
Yeah, it
you
got
were,
over.
right?
It was a little. It turned a corner to the point where it seemed to
Patronizing?
It started being insulting.
Yeah,
Like,
I get
all
it. I get
fucking,
it. Yeah.
Because
Because even if it is genuine, even if they're not like over the top fucking with you, if they're being genuine, that just means that they all thought you were really ugly for the last like 2 years.
yeah, right.
You know?
And so one in particular that happened was I got a DM from Shane Gillis. Someone had posted.
This is amazing.
Someone had posted a video of me shaved, and Shane sent me the video and said handsome, and I just replied fat asshole. and I was referring to myself. I was like fat asshole. It's like like that's the tone I would say. Like, fat asshole. Like I'm brushing off a compliment because I have deep-seated traumas that do not allow me to accept a compliment. So I was like, he's a fat asshole. And then Shane replied, God damn, dude, I meant it, haha. and I went, ha ha ha. To be clear, I was calling myself a fat asshole. Shane said, for sure thought that was at me, and I was genuinely like, damn, Feits is mean. And then I said, bro, that would have been an insane response.
As soon as he was explaining the story to me, I was like, oh, I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Because that does read that way. It does
I
appear that
get
way.
it. I get
Yeah.
it. Why you
And knowing that Shane is a guy who's like, he said before he listens to all the he reads all the feedback and all the tweets and stuff, like, he can be sensitive to some of the comments. I think that a fellow blogger, podcaster was just like, you fat asshole. That would be so mean.
That would be nuts.
That would-
There was
no,
someone
that-
say,
no, that would
"Hey,
be-
you're handsome," and I went, "Shut up, you fat asshole."
That's like when they talk about like Dexter and they're like, you're a psychopath because you don't have like the emotions.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
a psychopath response. Fat asshole. But after all this love and everybody thinking you're some, hotshot, you flew too close to the sun on wings made of Subway tuna fish. Feidelberg this morning,
10:30 a.m.
10:30 a.m. shows up. I think they open at like 10:30. That was like fresh. Tells me he had a foot-long tuna sub with extra mayo. This was on the way to Chrissy D's house. We just came back from Staten Island where we did Chrissy Chaos for the first time. Shout out to Chris. Big fan of the Yak. Feidelberg had a belly full of fake tuna, which we know, like, remember that was a thing last year. The Subway had
That's
to
when I
admit,
started eating it.
which is so not only perfect, but wow, what an asshole Feidelberg is.
It
He
it
just
intrigued me. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that was the greatest marketing they could have ever had. I was like, whoa, what?
I gotta
That's
try out
that's
this
not
synthetic
fucking-
fish.
That's not tuna fish. And I eat it, and every time I eat it, I'm like, that's got to be tuna fish.
Tastes a lot like tuna
It
fish,
tastes
but
like-
it's not
tastes
tuna
just
fish.
like tuna fish.
If that's not the definition of like of what's the word for it? Of just like deep fucked up behavior.
Why? Because I started eating tuna.
Because you started eating tuna specifically because the world found out that it was not tuna and it was bad and it was gross. Yeah.
This is my first time having a negative experience with it. Now, there should be a disclaimer on the door at Subway.
Wait. How many times?
Oh, I've had many a time. I get it. Every time I get Subway, I get tuna.
Now,
I
here's
don't
the thing.
get Subway crazy
Subway
often,
Eat
but
Fresh. You can sponsor the podcast right now. He'll eat the tuna fish, and I'll make fun of him for that. I'm actually out because of this rebranding they did of the sauces. You see that? Ever since fucking Steph Curry, I know this has nothing to do with him because he's just a spokesman, but I now associate Steph Curry with the switch. They got rid of Chipotle, Southwest Chipotle. That is like the best sauce they've ever had.
I never use many of their sauces.
Oh man, I used to get turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and Chipotle Southwest, and it's kind of just like a spicy Chipotle mayo, which is not earth-shattering, but theirs was like the perfect blend. And now they overhauled all of their like condiments, and it's gone. And so now I'm out because I either used to get the Italian BMT with extra oil and vinegar and pickles and the sweet peppers. I can still get that, but I used to also get that bacon, that turkey bacon. But I needed the Chipotle. But Subway, you can come through and sponsor Eat Fresh, baby. We will do it up for you. But you go at 10:30. I said if I worked at Subway and someone came in at 10:30 a.m. and said, "Let me get a footlong tuna," I would say no.
They should.
I would say I'm saving you from yourself.
They should have a silent alarm.
Yeah.
like they should trip the silent alarm if someone comes in off the street at 10:30 in the morning and orders a fucking tuna fish.
Somebody should come in and slap you. Should be a silent alarm. Someone just.
You ever see like that, like when they like bank like their videos, like someone trying to rob a jewelry store and they can't get out because like they lock everything.
Yes.
And it's just me trying to get out of Subway.
Let me out here.
Like,
Got a Subway sandwich in your hand. Let me out.
It was a mistake. It's come back to bite me. I've already vomited once. I've been nauseous for oh boy.
Hours.
I gotta do the math on this real quick. 10:30.
I picked him up at a little after 11.
11, 12.
We drive
1,
out
2,
to Staten
3.
Island.
4.5 hours?
Drive out to Staten Island. It's like a 30, 40-minute trip out to see Chris. We're doing the podcast. I noticed a couple times that he did his yawn. And I was like, oh, he's tired. But then I could see you're like a little uncomfortable. But for the most part, you really hit it well. But then we started talking about the dentist of San Juper. There's a dentist in New Delhi, India, who sits on the side of the road. Chris pulls up the video, and on the side of the road, he just has his equipment laid out, and he has dentures and fake teeth. And Chris and Feits started looking at the video. They have a TV up like on our show, and Feits takes a look at the flies flying around, landing on the teeth.
I told everyone. I want to be very clear.
Did.
I warned everyone. I told everyone what was going to happen. I was like, if you make me watch this video, I'm going to puke. Everyone was like,
whenever I tell him, I'm like, he's going to. This is not a bit. This is not a joke. He's got a soft stomach. He's gonna. And we kept showing it, and Feidelberg puked all over the back patio next to Chrissy D's nice pool.
Yep. And then Chrissy told Jasmine, and
Jasmine,
I wouldn't have told the lady of the house.
Yeah, no, I
would have preferred to keep that one between us.
When we walked in and I saw Jasmine with the baby in her lap, I was like, fuck. Like I was thinking like, oh, like we're all gonna get in trouble. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking like, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want Chris to get in trouble. And Chris goes, Fireberg puked right there on the patio. And she's like, she was cool about it, but you could tell she was like, well, I mean, I hope you cleaned it up, like laughing. But I bet she was funny to be like, I hope you cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking slap you, white boy. And I so Feits eats the sandwich, throws up at Chris's place, rips a cig outside. We're standing outside his house, ripping a cig because he's too sick from eating fake Subway tuna fish. We drive back into the city.
I was trying to suppress it. Honestly, like I think it would work, and like it's literally just from Always Sunny when Mac is like smoke cigarettes.
Smoke keeps it down.
It'll keep down the like the poison in the apple or whatever it was. I was like, that logic applies here, so I'll just do that too.
Smokes the one cig, gets back to New York. He's looking for some food. He's like, should I get some food from this? Like, should I get a slice from this pizza place? It was a terrible spot. I was like, no, that's not good. Don't do that. Let's get Five Guys.
Yeah.
So then we were.
I'm just
Five
trying
Guys.
to settle my. I've been on a 4-hour quest to settle my stomach.
And he smokes another cig before eating a double cheeseburger from Five Guys, which looks like he tried to fuck it. To be honest.
I was just.
This is perfect. This is perfect. This is some dirtball behavior. Standing outside of Chris's house on Staten Island, smoking because you're too fucking nauseous from eating a Subway tuna sandwich. Dude, I can't even say it because it's so disgusting.
I just might as well just punch that.
it. Yeah.
And then that was it.
You are a wreck of a human.
I'm a garbage person. Like,
You are-
I know. I
you
know.
are garbage
I am-
disposal for sure.
It is.
And wait, there was something else you told me today that I was like, you're disgusting on Chris's show. What was it?
I don't remember anything I said.
When you were like sitting down, I was like, don't ever talk, don't ever like act like you're above me again. Fuck, what was it? It was like a hygiene thing. I remember being like, don't ever.
Oh, I got earwax.
No. It was
Yeah, it was earwax. It was about my iPods.
Oh, yeah. When Feidelberg takes his AirPods out, they're caked with earwax.
Not caked. Occasionally, there's some earwax in a headphone. That's not crazy.
That's disgusting is what it is.
You've had it. You've
no.
never had any earwax on a headphone before?
No, not me.
Every time.
I mean,
Every time.
Pavs is so perfect for those moments. It's like a scripted young dumb white guy. You ever blow your nose in the shower? Exclusively. You ever get earwax in your headphones? Every time. The answers are always perfect.
The other day when the DeGrom news was breaking, Jack and I thought he had a death in the family.
I'm sure. Well, we did.
literally-
We did.
yeah.
It was like having a death in the family.
Because at first it was like, oh, is this happening? Then he's like, and I was like,
His reactions are perfect.
I'm like, are you
yeah, every
okay?
time.
Like,
Did you get earwax?
not really.
No, that you got to have a lot of earwax,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are animals. Like to me,
I don't think that's crazy at all.
it is. It is.
I mean, again,
It's
you're
gross.
gonna be like you're caked in earwax. It's not caked, but occasionally there's some earwax in my headphone, and I have to peel. I have to fucking use a key to scoop it out.
Oh my god!
Bridge too far? Did I go?
Oh my god! You animal!
And I had you guys with me the whole way too. I could have just shut the fuck up and we had split 50-50, but I had to do it.
And then what do? You blow it off or something?
Yeah, I just fucking
Wipe it on your shirt. Yeah, I just eat it in my mouth. You know, whatever. You are an absolute disgusting animal.
It is, dude. It sucks. Sometimes.
Being an animal,
Like I mean,
being
I love
a fucking
it.
a dumpster diving vagrant.
I really like. I have. I want to be very clear about something. I have the ability to be a better man.
Yeah, no, you.
I
could.
don't have
choose
any
not to.
interest in it.
You just choose not to.
Choose not to.
Yeah.
So like, I clearly enjoy this life I lead. And,
That's why he likes the beard. That's why he likes dressing like the way he dresses sometimes. That's why he lives the way he lives. It's like I want to be.
I want you to know like I'm what I'm doing is I am just accurately advertising myself.
Yeah.
This
listen,
is what I am.
Nobody's ever. Well, I was about to say nobody's ever going to be surprised by what they get with you.
Right.
But you got a compliment this weekend that was maybe one of the meanest things I've ever heard.
Bro,
in
what
my
was
entire-
that?
Well, this
I forgot what you were talking about.
We have talked a lot about how when we meet people in person that they kind of forget their manners immediately and say things like, "I don't know why everybody hates you. I like you." It's like, It's like, I don't know why the comment section always says horrible things about you. I don't.
Well,
or like, I really listen to KFC radio for Feidelberg, but you're pretty good too. All these things that are just like, all these things that are just like, well, you didn't really need to say it that way. But this one, you're the only person I've ever met in real life that's shorter,
skinny
and
on camera. It was
shorter
this
and
was Friday night.
Wait, shorter is
No, taller.
okay,
taller,
yeah.
taller and skinnier.
That's taller and skinnier on camera.
Yeah.
Meaning, I looked at you and I thought you're short and fat.
Dude,
Great.
this was Friday night. I was gonna have a low key weekend. Friday night, I was just like I was doing laundry. I was on my second load of laundry, folding clothes, watching women's college basketball. Nothing against it, but I was just like, this is
Getting it done.
This is not the way you should spend Friday nights.
No.
Like folding laundry and watching UConn
Actually,
versus
folding
Louisville.
laundry and watching-
No, Louisville USC.
Folding laundry and watching women's basketball is the way of like a spinster cat lady
Yeah,
lesbian.
right.
That's what you were. That's what you were Friday night. Was an old lonely lesbian.
And I said, you know what? I gotta get together. I gotta do something. I'm in New York City, greatest city in the world. Why don't you go do something? So I texted Nick Tarani, and I was like, "What are you up to?" He said, "Come down to Stone Street." Met up with him and his buddy Ken Jack was there, and then we're having fun, having a couple beers, and this kid comes up to me. By the way, the second part I didn't even include in the tweet. Comes up to me and says, "Hey, I just want you to know," like he had to tell me. Like
Right,
there was a
again.
gun to his head.
Like
his
he's
family
compelled
was
to tell
kidnapped.
you
It's like,
this,
hey,
yeah.
I just had to tell you, you are the only person I've ever seen who is taller and skinnier on camera. And I was like, that is a fucking insane thing
That's
to say.
like saying fat ass.
And then his buddy comes over and he goes, "Hey, Feits, block your ears real quick. Nick, you're the funniest guy at Barstool." And that was it. That was the entire interaction with these two people. I was like, I'm going home to fucking fold laundry and watch
women's
catch
basketball.
the UConn second half. Get the fuck out of here. This sucks.
Oh my god almighty, that is fucking hilarious. I was at a wedding. I was at my sister's wedding this weekend, and it was like a later wedding because it was a quick.
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That kid quote tweeted me when I tweeted it,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "Learn how to take a compliment." Jeez,
Learn how to give a compliment.
I don't understand
asshole.
how that would possibly be complimentary.
In
I
what
like.
world?
Don't get me wrong. I don't give a shit. Like I'm. It's funny.
Yeah,
It's
of
funny for
course.
content.
But
I'm
like-
not actually offended,
but that's
or
not a
it didn't
compliment.
affect me. But that is not. It's just definitively not a
No,
compliment.
no, yeah, that to me is like, the worst delivery of a compliment I've ever heard in my entire life.
You were taller and skinnier on camera, like in fake world. I'm tall, like, but in front of your eyes, I'm short. Like, what are you talking about? How is that a compliment to me? On the edited screens, you look better, but here. It's quite grotesque if we're being honest here. I had a plate of trash in front of me. It wasn't even mine. Just sat down at the table where there was just like a bunch of fucking wings that someone else had eaten. So I just gnarled and
chewed up
gnawed bones. It's like, hey, you fucking fat troll, you look like it. Like,
But again, so yeah, I mean, can you even blame him? At that point, it's like, yes, you're bad at giving compliments, but boy, he probably could have been a lot meaner. Probably could have said a lot more. I had my sister's wedding this weekend, and I was tearing it up on the dance floor.
yeah.
And yeah, Keegan had these dance moves. I don't know where he just kept going. We were like, I guess we were at like the run through for the actual ceremony, and he just kept going. Where's the dance party? Where's the dance party? Because I got these moves. Dude was tearing
Dude,
it up.
I forget like how old Keegan is. Like I wouldn't even think that he could like form sentences.
Well, no, Keegan was 2 for 4 years.
Okay.
Keegan came out of the womb 2, and now he's 4, but he's still 2. I don't know how it is. I don't know how it works. He was stuck in like a time warp. But he was tearing up. He also got his first taste of booze this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, because we
One of those kind of parties, huh? Hell yeah.
because there was at like the cocktail hour and pre everything, not even the cocktail hour, but they were setting up for the cocktail hour. They had like wine glasses everywhere. They didn't really have like cups, like glasses, like water glasses or anything. So everyone was drinking water out of wine glasses. So at one point he was getting fussy and he was kind of like hot. And I think he had like fell and hurt himself for a second and was like, nah. And Mary, our nanny, was like, here, like have some water. And he takes a sip. And I actually saw it at the last second because I see it was champagne. And he took a sip and he just went, it's not water. That's not water. It was so great. But then hopped on the dance floor and was tearing it up. And then passed out, like full pass out in the middle of
So he liked that champagne.
the wedding, like sleeping on 2 chairs as like techno music was absolutely blasting, but was tearing up the dance floor. Today's episode is brought to you by Icon Pass. It all starts now. It's the end of the ski season in certain. You can still ski right now,
You can still ski
like
right now.
in certain
Yeah.
like West Coast, like high
You
mountains.
can still ski here.
East
My,
Coast,
my
yeah.
dad went skiing at Sunapee last weekend. Or
Yeah.
last Tuesday, I
So
think.
you can still get it in. With
Yeah.
some, it's like got to be like warmer weather, but as long as the snow's still there, you can finish up the 22 season and start skiing in 23 with the Icon Pass, that has multi destinations all across the country, where you get unlimited skiing for a unbelievable price. $249 for the Icon Pass session 2-day. And then there's the 3-day Icon Pass session that offers a range of affordable entry points with flexibility and availability for all riders of all expertise levels. You could be a novice, you can be an expert, you could do black diamonds, blue squares, whatever you want.
If you're
old,
skiing for
young,
a weekend.
it pays for your whole pass.
It's the Icon. Just
Your-
get that.
your whole session.
You're probably gonna go skiing at one point next year.
Right.
Get an
Pay for
Icon
that,
Pass now.
and you can go skiing whenever you want.
Yeah.
And imagine if you're a family too, you got kids, like just do this and you can ski all season long. It is one of those deals where I scratch my head and I'm like, I don't know how this mathematically works. Financially speaking, this doesn't seem like it's possible, but Icon is out here giving you passes to ski all season long. So go to Icon Pass, IKON pass.com and get your 2-day or 3-day passes today. So yeah, we just came from Chrissy D. Feidelberg puked all over the patio. Nick had to pee in the middle of it. Just like, all right, fucking bodily functions everywhere.
I don't think the pee is crazy.
No, but it's funny when you couple it with the piss, with the puke.
It was funny that like we weren't in a building.
That-
so
well,
That's
that's
what I
the
mean.
thing.
Like plenty of guests come and they like,
Yeah,
have
you
to
have
use
to
the
pee,
bathroom.
but you have to walk through the living room where his
Past the
baby is
baby.
bouncing, and next to
It's
the
like-
puke that Feidelberg just
Where's
let rip.
TT Jerry? I have to ask her where the bathroom is.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. We met the legend TT Jerry, met Jasmine, part of the whole crew. So you can catch us on. Actually, it's out today. So after you finish up with this, you can go watch us on Chrissy Chaos. Just trying to think if anything else happened this weekend involving the crew. Anything happened in Pavs? No. Did it? Oh, that's right. Zach's life ended. That's right. Zach's life came to an end. He has really
You
no
sold
reason.
me on that. You had me hook, line, and sinker. I was like, oh yeah. all right.
Give me the Academy Award. I mean, no, but like, there's no reason to be a Duke fan anymore. You know? There's just no reason to do it.
I didn't see this. This is fucked.
And you know what my favorite part was? Just good officiating down the stretch to end it. You know what I mean? The refs made the right calls. Everybody played hard. And it was a good back and forth game that, you know, just even the score at a final 50 wins, 50 losses for Coach K against Carolina. And there's nothing that Duke can ever do to undo it or to change it or to fix it. You'll maybe beat Carolina again. Maybe. Who knows at this point? Carolina might beat you forever. You'll maybe beat them again. You'll maybe meet them in the tournament again. Probably not, since this was only the first time it happened. But maybe you'll see them in the tournament. Maybe you'll even see them in the Final Four. But never again with Coach K. Never again with a shot at redemption for Carolina beating you and your for Coach K's last game in Cameron Indoor. None of that'll ever materialize ever again.
It was a once in an eternity.
It's
story.
a once in an eternity situation.
Like,
and I just want to shout out Eric Church, who just had himself a wonderful time. And I hope that he, in the middle, not the middle, but at the end of this game, as Coach K and all of the Duke players were walking off like bitter, petty little bitches who wouldn't shake hands.
Yeah, dude, his wife didn't even want to hug him. That's how embarrassed she was.
She was like, "You are nothing to me."
Go
now.
back. That's not even a hug. That's like I'll lean in and let you touch me, but I'm not embracing
But like you lost
because
to Carolina.
You brought shame to the family.
Yeah, like you have to change your name.
No hug. No nothing. Yeah,
look at that. Arms down at the side.
You can hug me if you want. You can. I'll give you a little comfort. You can take some comfort from me, but I will be giving you none.
That's Melania and Trump.
You shame to the Krzyzewski household. Look at you. Did you whack his hand away too?
Get away from me, you fucking old loser. And
she just knows he's gonna be dead in like 3 weeks anyway.
Yeah, this is for sure.
Paterno style.
Yeah, he doesn't have coaching basketball. He's gonna murder somebody or die himself. I hope that Eric Church just like put up a post on Instagram. Like to everybody who complained about me canceling my show, suck my dick. Which, by the way, he ended up planning like a second thing for them. He said like it's a one. He said I'll provide a very like different kind of show for you guys. Well, it's free for the people who bought already, yeah. But in like a different city though, so it's kind of like the whole point was like we planned this one weekend and we traveled and all this shit. You know what I mean? Weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go to a free concert outside of like if I had to travel to it.
Yeah, it's like no, thank you.
I'm okay. I'll buy a ticket to the one in my town.
But here's the thing. I mean, he made the right call.
Yeah,
because he and everyone in Carolina got to witness, a short of a championship. But even still, I think this is better than a championship. The best college basketball win you could ever have.
It's absolutely better than a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think
they should finish it off strong.
You have to,
and I hope. Well, I don't think you have to.
No, you have to. It's
you have to get like the full maximum, but
no, because then it is. I do think that seasons go forgotten if you don't like Herb Brooks said. That was the most true thing. He gave obviously that big rally before the Russia game.
Yeah.
And
had to win the gold medal.
The only speech before the gold medal game against Sweden, I believe it was.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
The only thing he said was, "If you lose this game, you'll take it to your fucking graves."
Yeah.
And then he walked out the door and he stopped at the door and looked back and went, "Your fucking graves." And then.
And now, but you know what? So we know what happened there, right? We know what happened in the World Series in 2004, Rockies Red Sox.
Yeah.
Four games, they didn't stand a chance.
No, 04 was the Cardinals.
Yeah. They didn't stand a fucking chance, man. Just like steamrolled. See you later. We're taking this one home because we have to. Same thing with the Mets in 06 and 86 with Game 6. It's like Game 7's theirs. They're winning it. And there are just certain times where you usually go on to win it. So I'm imagining Carolina's going to win. But even still, this is a little bit rare circumstances where the rivalry means like so much. I was listening to these 3 Duke guys. Oh, it was great. Zack actually tweeted and put it on my timeline. It was like 3 super fans who did like a StreamYard live spaces, whatever it was afterwards. And they were being so honest. It was amazing. They were just like, this is the worst. They said, like, since Coach K announced his retirement tour, this unfolded in the worst way imaginable. And it was like 3 Duke haters wrote the script. They were so honest about how bad it was. They were saying, one guy said he wishes they didn't make the tournament.
The whole tournament?
Yeah. One guy goes, I mean, would you rather like not make the tournament? Because I think this is worse. And the one guy was like, well, no, that's worse. But he was saying he would have rather lost in the Elite Eight and not, you lose to Arkansas and nobody really cares.
I think this did put Coach K in the sole lead for most Final Four appearances. But even that, like, no one really like. I couldn't tell you who just passed.
Yeah, it's like and if your last one,
I would guess John Wooden, but
if your last one is morbidly depressing, do you really care? And then did you see that weird handshake that he gave the one kid?
Dude, everything he does is weird. That dude's that dude is the fucking the child catcher in retirement.
Yes. He's the
Coach K.
Bang Bang.
Coach K looks exactly like the child.
If you gave him long hair with the fucking.
He's got the nose.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah. He looks... also. How many Final Fours? How many? 13. And how many tournament wins? 101. He was going for
What? He
100
won 101 tournament games?
Yeah, which is
That's
the same.
crazy.
That is the same number of cats that he's put in a microwave. That dude did things to cats and children when he was a kid. Look at this. This is so weird. What is that? And then watch with the left-handed handshake. Rubs the belly.
Dude, that is fucking
What?
weird.
John, stand up. Tell me this is not one of the most awkward things that you could feel. Oh, well, you flipped it onto me now. See, that was weird though, right? You're like, ugh, ugh. And it was terrible for me when I got to your belly button. Belly buttons are weird.
Hey, let me do a couple push-ups. Look at this little sweat going.
Yeah, that guy's probably all sweaty and shit
that's what
too.
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
At least he had the jersey on, but Jesus, like, why does he do that? And the answer is because he's a psychopathic freak who doesn't know how to behave. And the only thing he knows how to do is like scream and yell on a basketball court. And now that he can't do that, he's probably gonna pass away. And you know what? He probably should, because there's nothing good for him left on this planet Earth, because Carolina beat him in the Final Four on his final game after just mere weeks ago beating him in his final game in Cameron Indoor.
When he did not allow his students to have a senior night because he wanted the whole night for himself.
Unbelievable. It is
What
amazing.
do you mean not true? Did they have a senior night?
Nah, that's not what I heard.
That's not what I heard either.
Yeah. And what we heard is the truth.
I've done a lot of research on this, and I'm definitely
we
not
know.
just firing off the cuff.
We know for a
they
fact.
certainly didn't have a senior night.
We know for a fact. Yeah, let's just keep it rolling, because Jackie actually, I couldn't believe she knew the famous, like the old school joke. We were talking about this in Boston. Because we walked by the South Carolina game. They were the ones who were up like 52-8 on Howard, right?
Yeah. They just blow teams out mercilessly.
What's that?
They just blow teams out.
Murdered them. So we saw that game, and I like ran over to the screen, took a picture of it and everything, and I was like, oh my God. And Jackie, we were both kind of just like, that is just like, it's despicable. It's demoralizing. But I was like, nobody really cares about like the women's teams anyway. And Jackie was like, yeah, what was that old joke? Like, would you rather find $1 on the ground or have your WNBA team win a championship? And like everyone's like, give me the $1.
Yeah, I think it was 5.
But
But now it's changed.
women's
USC
college-
was going off last night.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's gonna be my old man thing. Like a lot of times, I think I've asked this question before. Like, you know, there are things that your grandparents like used to say or do that at the time was completely okay, and now is viewed as like horribly insensitive. My old man thing is going to be like, in my day, we didn't give a fuck about women's basketball. I don't want to see no celebrating in the streets because South Carolina won a fucking women's championship. We don't care.
I saw one time, I want to say it was D Wade or Kyrie or something like that, said something to the effect of, the only people who don't like women's basketball are people who can't hoop. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Wait, the people who don't like.
Yeah, like they're like, if you like, they're like we as like, I think you were saying something similar on Chris's podcast, where like the fundamentals are like it is good basketball.
Right. They
It's
move
just
the
not-
ball, they ball handle, they can shoot because it's
Yeah,
like.
I think that's the gist of whoever
Sure.
said it was saying.
But it's almost like, you know, when people are like, oh, you know, the NBA is just like dunks and 3-pointers. Like, yeah, that's the fucking exciting shit.
right.
You know what I mean? I don't really want to watch like a well-executed pick and roll with a layup at the end. You know, that's not cool. So you were the manager for the men's team?
I was manager for the men's team for like 2 weeks, 3
Right.
weeks, yeah, and then I
So
quit.
what? Let's go through that, because
Okay.
that's a loser move, right?
I had to wear khakis and a tucked-in shirt with like a with a belt.
Yeah,
all
that's
that.
Why did
loser
you do
shit.
it?
Was that just like you wanted to be around the sports
I thought
program?
I wanted to be a basketball coach. My dad was a basketball coach his whole life, so
Got it.
that was always like my plan before
Got
this
it.
whole thing. This is before I was editing, before I ever did anything like this, and I was
Right.
like, my dad was like, "Why don't you be the manager?" And so I got it. And lasted 3 weeks. Somebody one time was like, "Go get me a water bottle," and then I just quit.
What did you think being a manager entailed?
I thought that I was going to be like on the court practicing with them because I played 2 years of college basketball at the lowest level possible. But still played, still have like a coin where it says I played college basketball. But I thought I was going to like go. So I actually got into one of the practices, and I've been so nervous. And
Because South Carolina's like a big fucking
yeah, big,
school.
big
you know,
boys.
it's like a
By
real
far
program.
the smallest, whitest guy in the court. and I throw like a backdoor pass, and I just fucked it up so bad. And ever since then, they just didn't let me back off the car. I was so nervous.
But I mean, that my point being though, like South Carolina, like if you went somewhere else, you probably would have been one of those guys. Like if you were like team manager like Fordham, you probably would have been like better than half the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like playing with the big dogs, so they probably were just like,
I just couldn't.
There's
no way I
get the
could
towel,
compete on
like
that
gather
level.
the towels in the locker
exactly.
room, right?
But, yeah, I was getting congratulations last night on the women's basketball win, and I was just like, I would rather have a spring season football win against Appalachian State.
But why?
That's because you have a
I have a
spiteful
vendetta against South Carolina women's basketball because one or two times I like walked through their practice and
meaning like you were in the gym or that you walked through it.
No, like I'm in the gym like 150 feet away from where they're practicing.
Right.
And I just get screamed at, like, get out of our practice right now. I'm like, yeah, like
That's a funny thought to think of, like some fucking big college basketball chick be like, "Get the fuck out of here, pussy!"
Now it was the players yelling at you, not
no, it was the coaches. It was the
coaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I wish the players were yelling. That'd be even better.
The fuck do you think you're doing, little boy?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that's. I mean, I guess the coaches are just like the players, like 30 years later. Like, fuck you! Get the fuck out of the gym, pussy. That's a great thought, like a great visual of a like khakis.
And did
tucked-in
you
Pavs.
did you start a light jog afterwards?
Oh no, I sprinted out. Yeah.
Another great Pavs answer. Oh no, sprinted.
I sprinted out and
Ran
then
as
the next
fast as
day,
humanly possible. Yeah.
Then the next day I got bullied for the water bottle. I'm like, this is not for me.
Bro, you were an adult man who sprinted out of a gym because someone 100 feet away yelled at you?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy town.
And then I've just been hating from.
I can see like
Well,
like
adult
the
man
fake
is
the fake
you're like
hustle.
18 years old.
Yeah, but I mean that's in the eyes of the law. You're getting tried as an adult.
Yeah.
You're getting tried as an adult, and guess what? We fucking stick to the Geneva Convention here, which is definitely where that was started. The Geneva Convention. And so we are. If you were 18, you are an adult. And I don't think I can look at you the same. After picturing you in a fucking white button down, tucked into your khakis, sprinting because Dawn Staley yelled at you.
And it was like a scurry. It was like a.
I've been waiting for this moment ever since it happened. And now I get to.
I do like though the my main thing with fraternities and all that shit. It wasn't even an option at Fordham, but I just don't think I could do like the service shit. Like, yo, go get me that. I'm like, nope. You get that yourself.
That was the sole reason I
I'll
didn't join
leave.
a frat,
I see.
because I
I'm
listened
such
to
a pussy. Like I had no problem.
Oh, I hate
With that.
so much.
I never when I was in a frat, I never had to do any of that stuff. But the one thing we did do was like, I mean, I guess you have to carry beers in, and like if someone wanted a beer, you give them beer. But like, I don't know, I don't mind. If someone's like, hey, grab me a beer. I don't.
I don't mind that, but whenever I know,
If someone like if they're like a dickhead about it, but it's like,
Yeah.
hey, would you mind grabbing me a beer?
no, of
get
course,
you,
that's just like being like friends. When it was like I know that the beers are like, in another house that you have to like leave and go get. We did it on purpose to like piss you off, sort of thing.
Yeah,
And I'm like, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
Oh, we also did the sober driver, which I had no problem doing that either, because like that, like every night
Somebody drove sober.
there were like at least on the weekends there would be more.
That's just smart.
Yeah, they were like, I mean, the fraternity I was in was very big. I want to say like 200 people in it.
Jesus Christ! In one house?
Not everyone lived in the house. I never lived in the house. Not everyone lived in the house, but it's the Caleb's gone to it. It's a humongous house. It was when I was there. I don't know if fraternity's been built since then, but when I was there, it was the largest fraternity under one roof in America.
God damn.
And but so like every night, it's Florida State, so people drink every night. There would be at least some sober drivers on duty, and then on the weekends it would be obviously a lot more. But I was like, I have no problem doing this either, because
Yeah, no, that's
it's an investment into the
that's
future.
the normal shit. It's the other stuff that's like, I need you to like drive to Philly right now to get me a cheesesteak just because I'm an asshole and I can do that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
that's crazy.
And then it's like, I need you to bend over so I can put this mustard bottle up your ass. Gonna pass that. No, legitimately, if you're ever one of those people who let that happen to you, you're a tremendous pussy. You're like an enormous pussy who has like severe issues.
There were ones that like I never experienced it. And so it's also like hearing it like secondhand, but like I think it was one of the frats at FSU, like everyone had to puke on each other or something like that. Like
if you sit there and you're like, well, I gotta have friends though. Go ahead, like puke in my mouth. Guess what? You don't deserve friends.
Dude, there was another one. Again, like, these are all like, I feel like a lot of fraternity stuff ends up being like almost folklore, where it's like, it kind of like, through telephone, it becomes crazier than it ever was.
Yeah.
But like, there was one I remember where it was like, they had to put like basically pails on their head and then just stand in their underwear and just get like fucking golf balls hit at them. And that sounds.
I really don't know who's worse. The people who are like the sick fucks who like think that they want to do that, or like the guys who agree to it, because you're all assholes. You're all fucking losers.
Did I tell a story on the podcast? Yeah, about the dog. Was that on the podcast, or was that like the live show? It was. I told it somewhere.
You told it somewhere.
What's the
It
dog?
was on the podcast.
When the dude accidentally killed the dog.
That
I'll
story.
just tell it quick then. The most fucked up thing was just a complete accident, which was I think I've told on the podcast before, maybe I haven't, maybe I haven't. The dude was just practicing his golf swing, and a dog ran under it, and he fucking hit the dog in the head, and the fucking dog died. And I was not there for it. I did not witness it. It actually might have even been a year before I got to the school. I don't know if I was
Thinking of the sound.
dude. I would rather that be my dog than I'd be the one who swung that golf club.
Yeah,
Because
Rather
that
be
is-
me than the one who swung the golf club. Like, hit me in the head and
That is like you like it, again. I didn't witness it, so I just all I've heard was secondhand. But like everyone involved seemed to be like it was a freak accident. Like it wasn't. We feel awful for him. It sucks, but like that's what happened. That was just like. Who even swings that hard when you're just practicing golf? It's like, I guess like
he must have been swinging for real. No,
comes down.
like an actual swing. Like full
It
speed.
must have been an actual swing, but I don't think
Just
he
like
was
a
hitting a
9-iron
ball.
to the head.
Fuck, that sucks. That's the worst thing that ever happened in a fraternity.
Yeah, dude, that's not. I'm not coming back from that one. That's brutal.
I'd leave the school.
Yeah, no, that's it for
He
me.
did not.
Cashing out. All right, let's get in. We'll do some top fives, and then we got Tom Segura on the show today. It's how long did we end up going? Do we know? We got cut short. He was on PMT before us, and they ran over, and then Tom had to go to his show, so we only got like 30 minutes. But man, it's not about length. It really isn't, because that was 30 straight minutes of fucking laughs. That was like.
Also, how old do you think Jeff is?
The fact that you asked me this making me think that he is much younger than
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go with what I would have thought. I would say he's probably like similar, like like mid to late 40s.
I think he's 40.
Yeah, that's a look for 40.
He came in. He had on like he wore the same thing because he opened for Tom. I went to the show that night. And he opened for Tom. He wore the same exact outfit, sunglasses. No, I forget. Maybe he might not have had the sunglasses.
I mean, the look he came in with.
He was hilarious.
Very
by the
like
way.
Rick Rubin, like big white beard, the glasses on. I was like, whoa, this guy's a trip.
I thought maybe it was Rick Rubin.
Yeah, right. I also I was wearing this. These are the new Barstool like waffle thermal shirts that we got. We have it in this burnt orange. We got a gray one and like a tan one. And as we were taking the picture, he was wearing a thermal of his own, and he goes, "Oh, like, dude, I love these like waffle type shirts." And I was like, "Oh, do you? Because like we're making these; they're coming out soon." And I was like, "I'll link up with you on Instagram and just like give me some of your address, and I'll send some." And he read the messages, didn't even ask. Okay, man. Just wanted to send you some free shit. Imagine just seeing that. Imagine being like, "I like that shirt," and I was like, "I'll give it to you for free." And then he's like, "Nah." Fuck you, Jeff Tate. All right, so we'll keep it moving here. We got top fives, our voicemails, of course, and we've got Tom Segura on the show. After that, I before we even do top fives though, I am in such a goddamn predicament with my car. I think I have to flee the country. Listen to how fucked of a situation I've got myself in. So I got my famous Hyundai, right? And I knew that my lease was coming up, like a 4-year end to the lease. I have to turn the car in. And so I, for the first time like in my life, decided to try to do something proactive and preemptive. And I wanted to get my car fixed up a little bit for some bangs and bumps. I'm always driving in the city, parking in the parking lot. It's been a couple times that, little things that like nick me here and there that I was like, all right, I know.
Accidents you get in as a great driver?
No, like parking.
Okay.
So I know a guy who has a auto body shop, and I was like, all right, I don't want to have to pay any money when I turn this in. So I was gonna, work out a little thing with him for, an exchange of services. And turns out they needed to order a part. All right, fine, whatever. So I turn the car in, and I get a rental car in the meantime. So it's been, a couple days go by, like a week goes by, and I'm like, all right, like when's the car gonna be ready? He's like, like next weekend. I'm like, all right, cool. So I've been driving the rental car for like a couple weeks, and then like kind of
The rental car that I was just in?
Yes.
Okay.
So time keeps going by, and the guy's
You've
like,
had that for a while. That was the Wilbur. We took that, right? Yeah. Okay.
So the guy at the shop
3
is
weeks?
like, I like the part's not here. Like the part's not shipping. I don't know, supply chain, shipping issues. Like we just don't have the part. So like it was like a grill and like the main grill in the front. So like right now the whole fucking front was like taken off. And so I'm waiting, and I'm like, all right, fine. This is like kind of taking too long now, And so I have the rental car, and they're like, you can have it for 30 days. So then all of a sudden, like we're coming up on 30 days. And at the same time, then the lease is now up. Like I started this process in fucking February, thinking I'll have it ready for April. Now April hits. So the car's in the shop. The part is nowhere to be found. The lease people, the leasing agent, are calling me off the hook, being like, we need the car back. I'm like, the car doesn't have a fucking front right now. You can't. So wait, to recap again. The car's in the shop. The rental car is expiring. The lease is expiring. Expired. And my fucking license expires in the middle of all this. So I have the shop. The shop is cool. They're not like on my case, but they're just like, we have your car and the part's not coming.
Yeah. What would they be on your case about?
Right. But the Hyundai people are like, we need the car, and we'll give you like a grace period, but like other than that, you got to get this fucking car back. The Enterprise is like, you're past your 30 days. You need to come in, and we can like restart another like 30-day period or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I hang up the phone. It calls back right away. They're like, oh, and by the way, your license expired, so bring your new license in when you do. And I don't have the new license yet. And so I'm fighting with the DMV. I'm fighting like a four front war. I've got the DMV, the Hyundai leasing, Enterprise, Geico, and the shop. And I'm just like, I don't know how to do any of this. And this is all just because I tried to do like the right thing for it. Like I'm so
Yeah.
sick.
Why don't you just
Sick of
pay?
being the asshole. Because I'm so sick of being the guy that's like, I don't know, when you turn it in, they're like, well, you owe me like $5,000. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And then somene's like, dude, you shouldn't have done that. You could have done it at the shop for $200 and blah, blah, blah.
Right,
so I tried to do the right thing for once, and it's completely butt-fucked me. And I know for a fact that they're all calling me off the hook, and I just keep
ignoring it.
just ignore that shit. I call the DMV. I'm like, can you send me a temporary thing? They're like, no, we don't do that. Like, if you sent it in the mail, you only get like a real one. And I was like, all right, well, when's that going to be? They're like 2 weeks. It's like,
So you have to not. So you're just not going to return the car.
They were like, we need the car. I was like, you can't have the car.
No, I mean your rental car.
No, listen. So, because here's the problem. The insurance covers like 30 days or whatever. And they were like, so the Enterprise was like, we'll give you another lease. But they were like, yeah, we can give you another lease, but you have to pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking like, oh, they'll just restart it. They're like, no, Geico is probably going to be like, fuck you. We're not going to do over 30 days. But like the part is just nowhere to be found. I was like, well, can I turn it back to Hyundai? Like they should just have the part, right?
Yeah.
And the leasing agent's like, we're not actually Hyundai. We're just like some leasing company. So get the fuck out of here. I'm like, and I kept being like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. And they're like, we want you to return the car. And I was like, well, I'm not going to
It's
do
not
that.
happening. I have children.
Yeah,
They
it's
have to get
just-
transported places.
So I really don't know what's going to happen because once I go over my like limit for insurance coverage for the car, I'm probably just going to have to start paying for a rental car every day, which is probably very quickly going to add up to whatever the fucking cost for returning a shitty car.
Yeah, 100%.
But getting a car right now is like literally impossible.
Like buying a car?
Leasing a car, buying a car, there's just like no cars around
What?
because of this all this supply chain and like distribution and like what's the fucking word? There's just not enough supply of it. So like I think you ultimately can get one, but you just have to like pay through the fucking roof.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
probably
heard
gonna
that
have
like
to rent like
used
another
cars-
Hyundai for like $1,000 a month. So cool, great. Just chop my head off. Just fucking chop my head off. Put me out to pasture, man. I'm so old too. The wedding, my sister's wedding, like went till like I don't know 1:30 in the morning. The next day, yesterday I was sick. I wasn't hungover, didn't drink. I just woke up like sick.
You didn't
From
drink?
just being, I had like a couple drinks, maybe not even. A couple little champagne here and there. I woke up like my legs were hurting, my feet were hurting from.
Bro, what?
It got me
Yeah,
sick.
why? You see, but here's the deal: you've
whole
allowed
weekend.
yourself to become this age because you're
Yeah.
not that old,
Mm-hmm.
but you are
Yeah.
that old.
Yes.
Like it's like you
I mean, it just broke me down. The last
like you're 37.
yeah,
People at 37 years old
or like
go out all the time.
they're like professional athletes.
Yeah, like
But the last, basically like 7 years, just absolutely. And also yesterday, like imagine you're at a wedding, but now you're at a wedding and you just have to carry 45 pounds everywhere you go. It was just like everything I was doing, whether it was dancing, walking, eating, drinking, I just always had a kid in my arms, which it's a workout.
Yeah.
It's a workout. If I was just like, here's a 45-pound medicine ball while you're on the dance floor, you wouldn't enjoy yourself. That was me. Shay was put me on my shoulders, hold me like this, dance me like that. I was like, I can't. You know how much I get hot and sweat at these things anyway. I was dying. And I woke up the next day like what happened? Where am I? I was like, I went to a wedding last night. It was the whole weekend of events with the kids just put me out of commission. But the performance of the weekend was Papa KFC at the rehearsal dinner, just living it up. My dad is like when I see my dad in action, I get what kind of guy he was when he was younger. I'm like, yeah. At one point, he was dancing with this girl at the wedding, and she had a drink in her hand, and she was like, "Oh, let me put my drink down." And he goes, no, I like women who can dance and drink. Like, yeah, you got it like that.
I mean, of all the places, of all like the nights in a father's life, like the rehearsal dinner's got to be one of the big ones.
Yeah, he was
like that's the
other side.
The other side's paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
In 24, 48 hours, whatever it is, you are no longer financially responsible for. Like even if something,
technically, but
even
yes,
if something
yeah.
catastrophic happens,
Right.
it's like look at this.
You got a husband now.
Yeah,
That's that. Yeah.
That
So he was cutting. He got loose at the rehearsal dinner, and around like 10 o'clock, I was like, "Daddy, we gotta get out of here." It's like let me give you a ride home. I remember it was funny. My aunt came over and she goes, "Just to be clear, who's driving home with your parents?" And I look at my dad and I understood what she was talking about. And we both look over to my mom and she has a pint glass of her vodka drink with a straw. And she's like, and I was like, well, apparently neither of them are driving home. So I put my dad in the car and my mom was staying with my sister to stay later. And we're driving home. And at this point, my mom is always fucking furious at my dad for anything. But, getting loose at the rehearsal dinner is at the top of the list right now. My dad is just sitting in the front seat. And he was like silent. And then he would just go, not good. Not good. And then I'd be like, yeah, not great. You are going to pay for this one. And then we'd be quiet for a couple more minutes. And then just again, not good. Not good. It was the best.
That is such a good line.
So today for top fives.
not good.
Not good. Today top fives we're doing.
That's gonna be like I'm gonna start doing that all the time. Like
It's up there with our Rudy's like Jesus Christ. It's another variation of that. Not good. Today's top fives are top five worst ways to get in trouble. Because he was certainly in the doghouse for that one. So at the top of my list is going to be if you don't sleep on a Helix mattress, because I'll tell you what, that is not good. Sleeping on a bad mattress. I did that as well because I was sleeping in different places all for the weekend because the family was all together in different houses. if I don't sleep on my mattress, I'm fucked. I got my Helix mattress at home. It's made exactly to my liking. And if I am on anything else, even like other mattresses that are like supposed to be good beds, can't do it.
Bro, I slept on a fainting couch last weekend.
Oh, what?
Fainting couch? Like, you know, like those things they call couches that aren't actually couches. They're too small.
They call that a fainting couch?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's like what,
Like a love seat? Like a tiny little...
No, Google fainting
Oh,
couch.
it's almost like hard, like wooden furniture turned into a fucking...
Yeah, they're like these fucking
This is like
things.
paint me like one of your French girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slept on one of those last weekend.
That's like your body.
That's like, dude, like I'm like fucking, what do you call it? Because of the way I live my life. We're the exact opposite.
Your
of
heart
how
beats.
you
Yeah.
allow yourself. I'm like Mandelbaum, like you sleep on a piece
Yeah,
of plywood.
right. I'll lift this TV over my head. No, yeah, you've done a good job of it. Look at that one that looks like that black one at the top. That thing's ridiculous.
What the hell is that? It's Patrick Starr.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Wait, go over the price. $45,000.
What?
That is $45,000. Try to sleep on that thing.
Bro, that's insanity.
That is crazy.
That's too
man.
much. That's too much for a chair.
That's what I want to fucking do, man. I want to make furniture and do things like that. Sell things for like $75,000. How great does that's got to feel when you make it in the world by selling something that's like not real. Like when you catch on as an artist or a designer or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, man, I make clothes, but I charge $10,000 for them.
Yeah,
And it's just like, yeah, that's what we do.
kind of like what we do.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, we have conversations.
It's true. That is true. Touche. But the Helix mattress is one thing that is worth every bit and every penny you pay because, like I said, it is matched to you perfectly. For instance, the Midnight mattress. I think that's actually the one I have. You take a quiz and they can match you. It's not too firm, not too soft. You sleep on your side a little bit. There you go. Bingo bango Midnight mattress. They have soft, medium, and firm. They have cooling mattresses and warming mattresses. Great for spinal alignment, prevent morning aches and pains. They got the Helix Plus for the unit size people. All of it comes after just a 2-minute quiz, plus a 10-year warranty and a 100-night risk-free trial. They'll even pick it up if you don't like it and bring it back. So they're flexible on payment plans and financing options as well. Right now, you can get $200 off when you go to helixsleep.com/KFC. Get $200 off all the mattresses plus 2 free pillows at Helix Sleep, HELIX, sleep.com/KFC. So in honor of my dad, #1 overall pick, I will do when you are in trouble with your significant other for drinking too much. That condescending look of like, I told you not to do this, and you did it anyway. Everyone's experienced it. I feel like it's generally speaking mostly men to women. Women to men getting mad at men. Very rarely will the girl be in the doghouse for drinking because it just doesn't really work that way. And or guys just don't care enough to like I think the guy either just genuinely doesn't care that she's drunk, or he's like, I'm not gonna fucking rake you over the coals for this because it happens, you know? Whereas a guy...
because I'm going to get back at you next weekend.
Yeah, right.
The ultimate one for me...
Or you're an absolute fucking deviant of a male, and this was your plan all along, just to get the girl too drunk. So, but I feel like the guy, it's always like, we're meeting so-and-so, or we're going here, or like, don't do this, and don't do that. And you just can't stop yourself because you want to live your life.
It was my dad's done one. I mean, I'm sure my dad's got a couple of them in him. But the one was my favorite one because I was personally involved in it. Was 2013.
Oh wow, you know the exact.
Oh, it was the Poppy Grand Slam game. He actually, I think he told you this story. Recently.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever told it on the podcast, but he
it's
told,
a great tale.
He told you guys it was the
it was the Viva game.
It's a Viva game, yeah. It was Poppy Grand game 2 ALCS 2013. Poppy, obviously, you know the story here. Grand Slam comes back. My dad had been trying to leave earlier in the night and been like, he's like, let's get out of here. Because
they were down a bunch, right?
They were down 4. That was the 7th inning. They were down 4. And I was like, look, let's just see what happens.
That's like, you're right for being like, come on.
This is
much crazier things have happened.
Dude, he's like,
but he's also won like 1,000 championships. He's seen it all. And you know, he's getting old like me. He couldn't, you know.
Dad's like once you become a dad, it's like we gotta leave early. We gotta beat the traffic.
Get home. Yep.
It's like I get it in some situations, in others, like a playoff game, we're not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah,
Dude, he left the one I get the most mad about him for. I wasn't even at the game, but he left the fucking Pats Broncos, where Pats were down like 24 at halftime or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, like, it was a like -40 that night. Like it was crazy cold. It was the we'll take the win game. When Belichick they got to decide if you want the ball, and he said, "We'll take the wind," and then it worked.
I know, sickening.
But so like they left that game, and then one of his buddies who left with him, the people who he was with, didn't leave, and he was so fucked up that he couldn't like walk to a new bar, so and it was so cold that he started like a fire and just like slept next to a dumpster. Because that's where he found the wood. The wood was in the dumpster, and so like he was just like passed out in the parking lot at Gillette.
Spectacular.
Ended up waking up at the end, but whatever. But anyway, so 2013, we had standing room only. My uncle had like this sick hookup where it was like we basically go in on Yawkey Way. We go through the whatever the store is that they sell stuff on Yawkey Way. You go in the back door, and then they check tickets to get onto Yawkey Way. So once you go out the front door, they don't check your tickets anymore.
Right.
So if you went in the back door, you walked out the front door, you could get into the game.
Right.
So we used to do that for like big games. Sorry, I got lost there. So we used to do that for big games. And obviously my dad wanted to leave. I'm saying no way. 7th inning comes, Bobby hits a grand slam. We start going nuts. Start fucking drinking. Start drinking. We go out after the game. We drink it more. We get shit faced. It's like a Monday night game, I think, because I think it was whatever holidays in October. I think it was that day.
Columbus Day.
Yeah, Columbus Day. It's also it was like arguably the greatest sports day of my life. That was the fucking Brady leads a comeback against the Saints, which we watched from the crowd at Fenway because the game was still like we had to leave the bar to get into the game. But that game was still on, so they were playing it on the jumbotron like pregame. Watched unbelievable Ken Burrell Tompkins touchdown. Game 2 starts. It's chaos. It's nuts. We were drinking all day. Really ramped it up after the Poppy home run. We go back to my apartment. I'm like, you can't drive home, dude. Like, so we go back to my apartment, and being like the nice guy, being the son that I am, I was like, you can take the bed, I'll take the couch, and he was like, okay. And I was like, this isn't my college apartment. I pay this rent. Like I get it when you were in college and you paid my rent. You're like, I pay this rent. This isn't like, oh, here, you pay so you can get the bed. No. Dude just took the fucking bed anyway.
That's an alpha move. Yeah. That's like, I don't care what it is. You still came out of my dick, basically. I'm taking the bed.
But he woke up the next morning and he had not told my mom he wasn't coming home. He had not told my mom anything. And
he just gets so mad at that.
I can't. My brother was like, my brother was still living at home at the time. I think he's like, Dad wasn't in the same room as Mom for like days.
Yeah,
making sure to avoid her. That's my move too. But when I'm like,
just
once I'm done being drunk, and I'm like, you're gonna get over it eventually.
Right.
I'll just I don't want to have a conversation and unpack the stuff. Like,
yeah,
I'll just avoid.
You can't get mad at what you can't see. You can't fight me if we're not in the same room. So, see how long I can outrun that one. All right, your pick.
All right, my pick is getting kicked out of St. Michael's University. No, St. Michael's College. That one's a big one.
What was that for?
That one, it was all just grades. I never
grades.
raped anybody.
Would hope not.
I mean, I feel like that's what guys get kicked out of college for.
Well, there's a couple in between steps. There's like plagiarism and vandalism and stuff.
It was always just
straight rape.
I just didn't go to class. It was always what it was. But that one was because that was the first one.
That was the doozy. That was the big.
That was one where that was a big fight, and it was just complete not only anger but like complete. Just lack of understanding. They're like, I just don't get how.
Yeah.
Like, you're not an idiot.
Right.
So how do you
also,
have these
why do colleges kick you out, though? It's just like, you can keep paying all you want, no?
That's a good point.
Like, you're not going to get the diploma. I guess it's just like we have more room for kids who try or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, who fucking cares?
Dude, my dad thought I had
you would think that's a gold mine, like the kid who pays but doesn't ever go to class.
Right.
You don't even take up a spot, like whatever.
That's a good point. My dad was convinced I had a porn addiction. I don't know why he He's like, "Are you addicted to pornography?" And I was like, "Why is that your first guess?"
You know what that was? He like read an internet article somewhere that said like, "Be careful. Is your kid suffering at school? It might be a sign of porn
Why
addiction."
don't we start with drinking and drugs first and work our way down to pornography?
That is a good point, but I'm telling you, he read something somewhere and was like, "I got to check my kid for porn addiction."
Yeah, let's start with the fucking typical ones in college.
No, you know what it probably was? It was probably like, I don't care if my son is shit-faced and high as a fucking kite. He should be able to stay enrolled at St. Michael's. He must be a pervert. He must be such a pervert, he's dumb. Imagine that you're such a sexual deviant, you become stupid. That was you.
I guess that makes sense. Maybe he was right all along.
Yeah, well, I think the answer to that is yes, by the way. We all have a little bit of an addiction there.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking
of, I got a fuck toy.
are there any more?
You can have mine.
Is it in the box still?
No.
Well, then I don't think I want it. Yeah, Fuck Toy Friday. Pat came with a whole box of fuck toys. I was in the office. Like the one day I'm not in the office, I don't get the sex toy.
Yeah, dude. It is. I mean, he had a bunch. He might still have some over there. I don't recommend it.
What is it?
It's like a fucking. It's just like a. It's just a thing on your dick. That vibrates, and it's just like
They need to come up.
Just tell you what, buddy, that doesn't get me there.
They need to come up with something that sucks your dick. That's what they need.
Dude,
I don't want to have to hold it, do it, fuck it. I want it to be like a thing, like a person, body, mouth that is sucking your dick for you. Does the work up and down. I don't know why I can't figure this out.
So I got
My
it.
hair is wild right now.
So I got it. Good time to tell a fucking
I was
porn
gonna
story.
say this is fitting the story right now.
So I get it Friday. I had a meeting with a new accountant who I believe is listening to the show now. So hello. I told her I said it in the most polite way. I said it gets pretty blue.
Blue. KFC radio. It gets pretty blue. Spell it BLEW.
So I got it. I came into actually I'll tell you the whole Friday real quick. One of the most barstool situations ever. I was meeting a new accountant on Friday. And I had come into the office to print out some tax stuff, W-2s and things like that. And in this office, there is nowhere that there is a stapler. So I couldn't staple together my W-2. I'm looking around at different printers, looking around at different rooms. And finally, I asked Enrique up front, I said, "Do you have a stapler?" And Ebony went, "Nah, that one's broken." I tried to use it anyway. It was certainly broken. It just like mangled the thing. So I had to print out another W-2. And then
Was she like, "I fucking told you"?
Yeah. I came back with like
Stupid
there
white
were
boy.
like 7 staples fucking hanging out of different edges of it. So I'm like, is there anything else like a paperclip or something like that? And Enrique goes, "Here, actually, you know what? Take this." And it's like a stack of envelopes, like 3 envelopes together. And he takes these the paperclip off it. And he goes, "Oh, wait, these are yours anyway. They were my W-2s." They were my W-2s that had been returned to sender. And then one of the security guy goes, "Dude, that's been there for like a month." And Ebony just goes, "Sorry, Feits, got high." like, just get my W-2s hostage for a month. But anyway, so like that's the only reason I was in the office for Free Fuck Toy Friday was to print out my W-2s because I
want a free fuck
mysteriously
toy.
had not gotten them. And so I'm like the office is a little bit uptown, walkable from here. And I had my purse with me. I had my 2 laptops with me because I didn't know which laptop was going to be able to work on the printer. So I had to bring a bunch of stuff. And now I'm like, can I go meet a new accountant with my fuck toy in my
purse
bag?
and 2 fuck toy.
And I made
guess the answer was yes.
I made the adult decision. No, I could not.
Wow.
So I left it on my desk. So I come back here probably around 2:30ish to pick up my fuck toy. and I get home and man, like, you know, when you get a new toy, you just want to play with it. But
Yeah.
but it was still quite daylight and I don't have blinds.
Right.
And like you can like across, I have like a little alleyway out in the back of my apartment and not alleyway, but like, I don't know, courtyard. And you can see right into my room. And so like I usually just masturbate at night because it's fucking dark and you can't really see anything. But I got a new fuck toy. So, dude, so first I'm like,
What is the name of this toy?
I don't know.
Because it looked like something a little different.
If you check Pat, I'm just gonna be able to read it. I don't want to give any free advertising though. I didn't care for it. But so I'm so first I get myself a little revved up, right? Because you can't go in soft to a sex toy.
No.
You gotta
You very much can't do anything sexually soft.
got to get yourself going a little bit.
Yeah.
So I hum him up a little, get a
Helicopter.
Yeah. Get the guy fired up, and then I realize that it fucking isn't charged. Didn't come charged.
That's
out
annoying.
out of the box.
Any of these things, sex toys or otherwise, anything that's a battery that's not like if it's a plug-in battery,
Yeah, it's plugged in.
it gotta come charged.
So
Or
I got-
halfway charged at least.
So I had to plug it in, but now I already have an erection. Well, I'm not gonna.
Did you like lay on the floor next to the outlet?
No, I just didn't use it. I went and charged it. Just finished myself off the old-fashioned way.
Oh,
And
so
so
wait, have you not used this toy yet?
Hang on a second.
Oh, okay. Because then I would have taken it.
And so now I'm basically just fucking sitting there staring at the clock, just waiting.
Waiting
I'm
for
like,
it.
by about a half hour, I should be all set.
You're looking
Should
at like the toy in your dick. Like which one's gonna be ready first?
But like, so I had when I was originally trying to get it going, I was putting an effort to hide what I was doing because people could clearly see into my bedroom. I had like the laptop I was holding it in one hand because like a MacBook Air. I was like holding it in one hand, and I was like my legs were like under comforters, so like you couldn't really see what was happening, kind of deal. And then at this point, I'm so fucking
Horned up.
annoyed about the whole situation that I was like, fucking, who cares? And I got totally naked, just jumped in the bed. Fucking nice. It was nice that it comes with a little bit of lube because they do recommend water-based spermicidal lubricant. And I fucking get it going. Got this thing going, and I will say this: sliding it on felt quite nice. It was. It's a silicone sheath that is. Well, that's quite nice. and then I finally fucking, I'm like, all right, here we go. At this point, dude, I have a robot hanging from my dick. Like it is.
So you just hook it on and then it's
But it's like fucking, it's
Big,
heavy.
yeah, it's heavy.
You gotta
have a hard on.
You gotta fucking bring a boner to play.
Yeah. Right. You're $200.
Oh wow,
You
yeah.
should sell this shit on the black market.
No, you gotta bring a fucking bone piece because otherwise that thing will wreck you.
It's like
Yeah.
you go and it just slides off.
Yeah.
All of a
It's
sudden
like-
you have a broken sex toy and your dick's pointing at the ground. Fuck.
It's like having sex with a girl who like is gonna throw down. Like you better fucking
You better bring it. You
better
better bring
bring your Bray game. And then so I'm just sitting there. I'm laying there.
Yeah,
in
but see, this is
bed.
the problem. No,
Oh wait.
So this is the
You
problem.
see?
Step 6: mix. And
Okay.
match stroking.
Okay. So I did that. I thought I was like, this isn't gonna fucking. I was like, this isn't getting me going. Just fucking.
But that's what so the thing here is that you have to put it on and jerk off while it vibrates, and it's like that's all well and
Oh,
good.
I had it on backwards too. I definitely had.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean backwards, bro. I get it.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
that was up top. All right, I'm gonna give it another run.
But the thing is, ultimately, what I mean is like you're still just jerking yourself off.
Yeah.
You're holding something.
you're holding a
It's
fucking
like-
battery-powered jetpack. It's
Yeah,
like it's not tiny. It's not huge, but it's not tiny.
Right. It's just it's too much. Actually, okay. Well, you know what? So I'll just pull an audible here. This wasn't going to be my second pick, but getting caught jerking off, getting caught masturbating. I think for my I guess not most in trouble, but just getting caught wise. Have you ever been caught jerking off?
When I was really young, like by my parents.
Yeah. Well, your parents.
No,
or-
I never got in trouble for that. I had like one time. I think my
yeah,
mom came in. And
I
was
don't
like,
want to
"Ah,
say. I don't. Yeah. Well, so that happened to
You
me.
can't get in trouble for that.
That's why I shouldn't.
That's
I guess,
traumatizing.
yeah, this is top 5 in trouble, right? So I didn't get in trouble. I guess I don't know if I can draft that one, but like I was in bed, and at this point, I mean, I was dating the girl for a long time, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. But like she was like, "All right, I'm going to work," and I was in her bed, and she like came back in because she like forgot something, you know. So as soon as she left, I fired it up, and as soon as she came back in, I fucking flipped the comforter back over me, which was like.
Oh, wait. So was your girlfriend call you?
Yeah, I was like an adult. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to say in trouble, but the feeling of shame.
Yeah.
I flipped it back and I was just like, "Hello, what do you need?" You know, I closed it. I was just sitting here with the laptop completely closed underneath the cover for no reason.
I fucking did that once. It was the I think this was the girl who I broke up with or who broke up with me when I cried. But I should have known. There were a lot of signs of that relationship that it wasn't going to go very far. But one time she left for work. At the same office I worked at.
So many reasons why it wasn't going to work.
and she we had different jobs. She worked business here, and so she would have to like be a regular
at
time
hours, and you would be in it.
And I could just like she wanted to work at like 10, and I was like hadn't even begun my day.
Yeah,
and I could just see like
even jerked off.
I
yet,
could
babe.
see the way she looked at me like this piece of shit is just gonna like stay in my bed until like noon. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? And then and then she left, and then she came back same type day. I forgot like a purse or an umbrella or whatever the fuck she forgot.
Yep.
And I was at this point naked now because I'd bailed on the boxers that I was sleeping in during a fatter phase of my life as well. So I was like, I had like a leg out from under the thing, and I had gotten a couple of sheets on me, and then just like a fat asshole up here, and she's just like she never
scared
said
me for a second. I thought you were describing your actual asshole.
No,
Because you were naked and shit. So I was like, you were describing your legs. I was like, your asshole was fat.
Yeah,
You were thinking it, right? Yeah. What? Yeah. Everybody was. Yeah.
Bro, we've said fat asshole on the show 100 times.
Yeah, but you were like, so I'm naked, my legs are out and exposed, like, and I have a fat asshole. Like,
I've been plunging myself.
imagine if you saw someone's asshole and you were like, imagine if you were like, that's a fat asshole.
I've seen fat assholes.
You seen a fat asshole?
Yeah. And then she came back in, and she never said anything, but it was just like you could see the look, like
yeah, it's like a dog.
God.
It's like a dog being ashamed, like when it's like, yeah, I shit on the floor. It's like, yeah, I came in the sheets. I'm sorry, I thought you were gone for 2 hours. So it's not quite in trouble, but it's definitely like, I wish you didn't see that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's that look of shame that you can't really undo. Because there's also like a girl. You catch a girl masturbating. She's like, first of all, they're hotter. You know, they're laying there naked. And it's like, you can just be as simple as just like, you know, with a guy. It's like monkeys at the zoo. You walk in on that, and it's just like, oh. This is something that I'm usually turned on by. Like, I want that on top of me. That is despicable. You guys choose that. It's crazy. Imagine just two guys together.
It is a choice.
All right, you're up.
My number 2 is getting kicked out of UMass Dartmouth.
Getting kicked out of. Oh wait, no, that's Amherst is the bad one, not the bad one, but the crazy one.
Amherst, I would say Amherst is probably regarded as the better of the schools.
But like party wise.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dartmouth is mostly a commuter. There are people. Some people
got kicked out of a commuter school.
Bro, I was living at home. And I was going, and that's why they were pretty upset about that one. They're like you leave every day. I was like, I don't go to class though.
Getting kicked.
I'm on your side. I used to drive 45 minutes and then skip class.
Bro, I would just sit in my car in the parking lot. I go to school.
I went to the cafeteria so much and just hung out there. People
It
watch.
is so funny. Nick's like the hardest working guy in the world, and you used to just be like, nah, not doing any of that.
No, it wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
It's like you could sit.
Same thing. I have no problem doing things that I like or enjoy or believe in.
But
and I
understand that, but like you could just like sit here in class for like an hour, like 45 minutes sometimes, and like
I resented everything about the
not
college
have your
experience.
whole situation fucked up, or sit here for like this, basically do the same amount of things.
Bro, I
Like,
would just get a bagel and just sit in my car. That's what I would do. I would do that I took a lot. I took like a full course.
getting in trouble for
I-
getting kicked out of commuter school is some dumb shit. I wish. like we should have been writing all these things down. We need to have like a TV show or a book by now about this man, because it's just like the stories that you can tell. Like sum him up for me. Like if ever we need to do an elevator pitch on a show, and they're like, well, like who's the main character? I'll be like, it's this guy who got kicked out of commuter school. And they'll be like, I see your vision. I get it. Say no more. Green light.
It was so confused. They were like, but you go to school every day. What do you mean you weren't going to school?
Yeah, it's like, there's a difference between leaving and going to school.
Yeah, but I would go to school too. I'd be
Going
on
to school and going to class.
I'd be on campus at a place that I didn't live, and was just like, I just choose to sit here and stay.
Unreal. Our boys over at Movement have come up with the next great thing for MVMT. They've got the minimal sport dive watch that can dive 100 meters deep.
Oh.
Now, I don't know.
I don't even know.
100 meters?
Guess how far 100 meters is.
That's a football field deep.
Oh, that's right. We already did this recently where you did
Yeah.
yards and meters, the same thing, but they're not.
It's like 1.01 or something like that.
Is it really?
It's 1.09. It's per one. It's like, shut up. Dude.
Why did we invent a new form of...
Why did we do anything?
But like when they were like, what's that? Was it that distance? Like, that's a meter. And they were like, okay, what's that one? Like, that's a yard.
Well, a meter.
Why didn't we just
because a meter's from over there and we're yards over here.
Oh, this is a
Metric thing.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense.
So we're just gonna change it a little bit and give you a stupid problem to fix now. But I mean, I'm not diving anything low. If I go like, to the bottom of the pool, my ears start to hurt. I ain't scuba diving 100 meters deep anytime soon. But if I am gonna, you better believe that I'm wearing the minimal sport dive watch from Movement, so I can keep that thing and keep on ticking a football field under the sea. They've also got the blue light glasses to help filter out that blue light so my eyes stay sharp, while still all the while having unbeatable prices at department store quality for their watches and their glasses at Movement. Right now, elevate your style with a look that doesn't break the bank at Movement. Go to mvmt.com/KFC to get free shipping and free returns, plus 15% off, whether you're getting the glasses, the watches, or both together. Put it all together for a great look, accessorizing your face, your eyes, your wrists, make everything look sharp, sleek, and professional. Join the Movement today at mvmt.com/KFC. I will go with getting caught drinking as a kid, whether it's your parents, teachers, police, whatever. That it's just funny when you're that age, you feel like getting caught drinking is like the end of the world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I remember being in a bar once. You know how we started like drinking so early, and it got rated. The first time I went to a bar, it got rated. And I remember being like nervous about it and thinking like this is pretty young, I shouldn't be doing it, and I kind of got like peer pressured into it. And then like that night, the cops showed up, and I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" But it was like the cops were showing up to collect their fucking money.
Yeah,
nothing ever happened. But that moment of trepidation in the beginning, like the cops are here. Well, one time we were walking the streets just drinking. Like not like in the city, like in the suburbs. Like you can't just like walk around the suburbs with like 40s drinking. Like, of course we got caught. You know what I mean? But this cop car, like as it turned on the street, so the headlights like swept by us, and we knew they were like cop lights. So I'm walking with a 6-pack and drinking. We have 40, whatever, and we just like throw it to the side and keep walking. And then they like pull up closer to us and they're like, "So, what are you guys doing?" We're like, "Just walking." Just walking. And they were like, "Well, what were you like when you were just walking? What did you throw about like 50 feet back?" And we're like, "Nothing." They're like, "Really? Let's go take a look." And they made us like walk over, and they were like, and it was just like Steel Reserve, Colt 45, Old E, and they took it all from us, and they let us go. But and then where we were walking to, the house we were walking to, you have to walk by the police station. And this was the moment I stopped worrying about it because, like I said, I used to freak out. Like when the cops were pulling up, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm done. I'm going to jail."
Mm-hmm.
And then when we walked by the police station, they were drinking it.
Really?
And they were like, and the one guy, well, they were kind of drinking because the one guy, they were like, "Steel Reserve? This is garbage. This is fucking trash, man." And now that I'm older, I know like the cops and shit. You know, it's like those were probably like 28-year-old cops on the job being like, I'm gonna bust the high school kids' balls.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like little thing. Getting caught drinking is not a big deal.
Dude,
Whether it's a teacher, parent, or a cop, unless you're like Indian or something. I don't know.
What?
You know, if you're like an Indian kid, your parents are gonna like disown you or some shit. The rest of you, it's like your parents are gonna yell at you because they have to, but they don't really care.
Yeah, right. I was involved in a raid once at KJ's Pub, I believe it's called, in Tallahassee. And I was under 21, I was probably a sophomore, maybe a junior. And cops busted, busted in. Like this was a raid.
Like,
This
like bust out
no,
the
but
door?
like they came in loud and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, not like 2 cops, like tons of them, like
Is that
like,
at a bar or?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like paddy wagons, like ready to arrest a bunch of kids.
Right.
And it was like I was standing there. I was under 21. I had my fake passport, and I had a beer left, and I was like, what am I? Like, am I gonna give him my fucking real license and just get the
eat
like a minor in possession? Like, I don't even think you
Right.
actually get arrested, like an
Right.
MIP. And then I finished my beer. I put it down on the bar, and in that sip to down, I got confidence to reach for the back left pocket, and I just handed him my passport.
That was enough booze. That was enough booze.
And I handed him my passport, and he was like, not buying it. Like it was, and I was like in my head, I was like, I am going to Guantanamo Bay, or wherever they take people with fake passports. This fucking sucks. And,
Fake passports usually is no joke.
yeah. And in that moment, someone punched the cop, and
Holy
it was like he's like
shit.
here, and I like went and like broke that up.
Write it down for the book. That's unbelievable. That's a life-saving moment. That guy saved your life.
So, yeah, whoever
That
it
might have
was.
been your friend being like, shit, John's gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man. That should be in a movie. Like, you know the scene where like you hear the heartbeat, everything cuts out, and you're like boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. It's like in Superbad when you're trying to buy the liquor and everything. That's exactly, it's in Superbad. He goes punching the face of the liquor store.
That's right, yeah.
Holy fuck. That is spectacular.
Or wrestle the cop or whatever. I don't know. But a fight broke out where a police officer was being assaulted.
All right. I got I will go getting in trouble. Oh, this is I don't know if this is exactly
Oh wait, that was I didn't. So mine would be number 3 is getting kicked out of Florida State.
Oh. Another I don't know what's worse. Getting kicked out of commuter school or Florida fucking State? The commuter school turns
You want to
down
get to my
people.
issue where it was, Kevin? Didn't go to a lot of class.
Dude, there are places.
Dude, I used to fucking
people at the commuter school chant they chant safety school in Florida State. That's how fucking bad Florida State is. You get kicked out as a Seminole.
Dude, that
Jesus.
was when they had like these like I think bigger schools. I guess maybe you would know. You would know. Maybe they did too at Duke, where you had like those things. Like, they're like electronic things that like basically like almost register.
Clicker. Yeah.
They, like
You
they
go in,
register like
yeah.
you were in class.
Yeah.
Like basically like it's like they took the attendance for you. Where it was like I don't know if it was GPS based or if it was Wi-Fi
You'd
based.
answer questions.
You'd answer questions.
Answer
right.
questions, and then like that's how they know your name would be registered to the thing.
Okay, so yeah, you basically like they have like multiple choice questions on screen, and you like answer them, and they'd be like, "Okay, John was in class today."
And they're like basic questions, so like
There was questions that like have to do with the subject, like the class.
damn.
And I would ask people to just like take mine. I'm like, can you just take this? But like I also the problem was I didn't have any friends either, so
Because you didn't do any of the frat shit.
I didn't have anyone who would take it for me.
Yeah.
So then I'd send an email at the end of the semester, right before like
Boy,
finals
this
every
is
year.
the saddest story ever.
And I would just send mass emails on chalkboard. What was it called? Blackboard. And I'd just be like,
Anybody got
"Hey,
me?
does someone have all of the notes for the year?" And people would send them. People would give them to you. And then I wouldn't study.
Unbelievable. My fourth is I would say rather specific. Don't know how many other people can really maybe relate to this one, but I'm gonna go ahead with not informing your mother when you're 2 outs away from a no-hitter for the first in your franchise's history. That's the most in trouble I've ever been with my mom. In
Really?
my whole life. When Johan was pitching the no-hitter, And it was like the 9th inning probably, and I still was like, I don't want to jinx this.
Yeah.
And I was playing by the jinx rules.
That's fair. I'm surprised your mom doesn't get that.
She did not get it. She did not get it. I called her up after the final out. And I said, "Were you watching?" She was like, "Watching what?" And I was like, "The no-hitter." And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "The Mets just threw a no-hitter." And she was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And I was like, "I couldn't tell you because of the jinx." And he did it. I was like,
She hung up.
I was like, "Oh fuck." She did not speak to me for like 2 weeks.
What?
We talk every day. It was 14 like straight days of me like calling no pickup.
Get the fuck
She did
out
not-
of here.
She was mad.
That's crazy.
My brother was like, "Yo, mom is pissed." She was like talking to him and not talking to me. It was intense.
like tell your brother I'm pissed. Kind of
Yep,
shit.
yep. And I mean, I had to like I went through like all the stages. At first, I was like sorry. Then I was like mad.
Yeah,
Like, fuck you. This isn't my fault. Eventually I had to
Should have
like,
watched the game.
yeah. Oh man, that was the most trouble I've ever been in with my mom.
My turn.
Uh-huh.
Number 4 would be getting kicked out of Providence College. Probably. I mean, this one I was like, come on, you guys. It's on you at this point.
Fool me 4 times. Providence hurts too because that's a real school. Like if you graduate from Providence, you're you got like alumni and you have it's nice. Like,
Yeah.
You're a friar. This could have been. They were like, wow, at least he could still be a friar.
No. That one. Yeah, that one was it. That one was. Yeah. That one. Yeah.
My last one.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing to get in trouble for? Get caught doing? Get in trouble for?
You got
I don't know
anything?
if there's anything on my list. Let's say getting caught. Man, what do I get in trouble for? Getting caught. No, I don't think I have anything.
Well, that's it.
I only have 4. I don't know. I just have to leave the 5th one blank.
That's all right. We don't have to get a 5 every time.
What's 5 for you?
Getting kicked out of NYU.
Touch them all, Johnny.
That one.
Touch them all.
That one, at least, like I had started here, so I was like, don't worry, I make $500 a month blogging, so
I've already made it.
So I'm good.
eating tomato soup with the Kraft singles on top.
Like, I don't fucking need college anymore. I've made it, mama. Okay.
You work in New York City, and people ask you how much do you make. You just say 500. And they go, oh damn, dollars per month. $500,000? No, $500. Oh, per hour? No, per week.
per month.
Per-
And how often
per
do you
month.
work? 24/7.
Every hour. Well, like, are you happy there? Oh no. I'm in fear every minute of the day. Oh, okay. Good. You made it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep up this job and I will pay you guys back soon.
All right, that's our top 5s. Tweet at us. Let us know, what did we miss? What's the worst things to get in trouble for or get caught doing? All right, let's get into our voicemails today. They are brought to you by HelloFresh. Johnny, what we got on the menu, baby?
Oh,
cooking?
I actually just got my text that my food has been delivered for the week. Let's see. Sometimes I forget to choose. I did not forget to choose this time, so I do believe I have good food. Well, it's always good food, but
While you look it up, let me tell
specific
you,
meals that I enjoy.
HelloFresh is the #1 meal kit company in America, meaning
we
they
knew I
come.
had something.
What do you got?
Crispy Parmesan chicken with garlic scallion couscous. Yeah. Oh, you know me and couscous. You know how me and couscous do.
Yeah. Me and couscous pooping each other's pants.
And lemony roasted carrots. 1-pan Santa Fe pork tacos. I am a big fan of the 1-pans because that's 20 minutes, easy cleanup, easy cooking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep,
it's fucking
yep.
bingo bango.
That means you make like your entree and your sides and everything in one pan.
Everything's
Right?
in the 1-pan,
Yep.
and that makes things really easy for me. So I like to have at least one of those per week because it's like, all right, tonight's easy. Tonight's just fucking
Right.
knock it out. And then I like to have one of these every week too. This is a little special for Johnny. This is a premium pick. This is miso maple glazed salmon with toasted sesame rice and sweet potato jumble.
See, those are things that you would expect to hear at like a fancy fucking Michelin star restaurant.
This bitch cooks it
And that's at Casa de
right
Feits.
here because it's easy. Because it's easy for me.
This shit is easy for me. It's easy for me.
My dad still calls up and he's like, it's a lot of time I'll be cooking because we call each other at night. And he'll be like, I gotta tell you, I'm so impressed with you. And I was like,
Because of what you're cooking?
he's like, I've never been able to cook. I'm like, well, it's because you don't try. And like, mom
No.
cooks.
Well, yes, but it's also because you don't have this fucking cheat sheet here.
Right, and that's what I say. I'm like, well, I just follow instructions.
Right.
It's very easy.
Right.
And he's like, not for everybody. I'm like,
Well, he's also probably thinking, like, this is the kid who got kicked out of a commuter school. How could he possibly cook this well? But it's true. John, even, so stupid, John can do it. Like, it's so easy, even John can do it. Because you have everything in the pre-portioned packages, so you just pour all of it in. You look at the the menu card. You follow all those the instructions. You mix them all up, and next thing you know, you got your meal. 20, 30 minutes, and like you said, only one pan to clean. You don't have to go to the grocery store. None of that. Salmon limon, pasta primavera. They've got meats. They've got vegetables. They've got different dietary and allergic restrictions for whatever you need. Truly a tailored experience. And you can get 16 free meals right now when you go to HelloFresh.com/KFC16 and then use code KFC16 plus 3 gifts. Give him another one of those. How'd that go? Go to HelloFresh. 16 free meals. Go to HelloFresh.com/KFC16. Voicemails, let's go.
That's the hardest you've laughed all episode.
That was funny. That was funny. That's going to be the official HelloFresh song.
Dude, but before we get into voicemails, doing that reminded me of I was on the bracket last week, and Tommy had one of those sandbag moments, like from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Where Tommy was just like, and he's become kind of bitty too. So sometimes I can't tell if he's fucking around, but like he seemed very serious.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, you guys know when you start masturbating and you started jerking off and like
Rub the tip.
you just did it like
No, that's
this.
real. He did that on Friday Night Pints, remember?
He
That
did
was
that?
as real as it comes.
Oh right, yeah.
He was talking about how he would just rub the tip like this.
He's like, I just like rub.
Yeah, no, that was real. On
was like-
Friday Night Pints, that was a genuine man talking about rubbing the tip of his dick like it was a clit.
I was like, Tommy,
comes.
do you have a clit?
Yeah,
like
that's what we said, yeah.
like that's how women masturbate.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
not
no,
how
he-
men masturbate.
Tommy clit masturbates. he jerks his clit off. It's really the thought of Tommy Smokes being like 13, just being like, like if I don't know about anybody else, certainly Tommy Smokes. You hit the tip too hard for me, like I'm gonna end up peeing. Like that's just like stop. Whoa. That's it. Nope. Tommy,
What?
yeah, like it's
Why
so
you-
it's like
why-
sensitive. I mean, I'm like whoa, like that feels like that's not a good feeling to me. If you're like if you're
Yeah,
tipping
yeah.
it like that, I'm gonna be like yeah.
Stop rubbing my clit.
Yeah, Tommy over there just at home. Yeah, Tommy's got a clit. Voicemails. What do we got?
Hey, KFC, Feits, Jackie, Pavs, Nick, Zack, rest of the crew. So I'm having a little Feidelberg moment over here. I got my spicy PB&Js, got my Harry Potter rockin', and a thought came to me. He's got the SPK in one leg, Feits. He got the SPK in one leg. Haven't had much luck with sponsorship. Contact Reese's or even just do it because content. But get a Reese's on the other leg, or even like together, but I feel like the other leg is just cuter. Yeah, you're welcome.
What's her idea? Did I get a new tattoo?
Have a good one, boys. Be back.
Yeah. Wait, so you just got to get a Reese's peanut butter cup on the other leg?
I guess.
Well, you got to get it so like when you put your legs together, they're like,
It's
fuck or something like that. So you're like slam your legs together.
Yeah, that's how you advertise candy. Just two,
You'll love that.
Two milky
They're
legs.
gonna call you up like cease and desist.
Yeah,
Like, get
like,
those tattoos
knock it
removed.
off,
You
dude.
disgusting bag
You're a
of
pig.
bones.
You're a pig.
Yeah.
You're a gross
Yeah,
animal.
it's like we would rather have an
And
actual barnyard pig with tattoos on our.
I'll tell you what. I drive the SPK social person
Bananas.
nuts.
That's another part for our TV show. Write it down. Another episode where it's like the SPK social people like have had enough and they try to track you down and
They're
make you
just
stop.
so sick of me.
Yeah.
because people will tweet and be like, "Give Fights money."
Well, good. No,
And
listen to
and
Chicken
they're
Head
like-
Nation. Keep it up. They don't deserve all the free advertising they get. Fucking pay for it, you cheap losers. This is obviously the most engagement you will ever get for your dumb fucking candy. Pay.
It's like
This is America.
they'll always quote the SBK will always quote tweet people be like, I have DM'd him. He doesn't get back to us. I just read it and don't get back to him.
Don't DM him. Email a salesperson. Come on, it's not how it works. You don't contact the talent. It's not like, oh, I don't know, we DM'd DiCaprio. It's not working. Talk to the people who manage him or something. Figure it out.
I like this running gag of me just like every day, like, God damn it, he just fucking won't answer. Like we're trying to give him money. He like, won't get back to us. And like what is this?
You're right. I apologize. He's the asshole. Never mind. DM me instead. I'll take care of it. Fuck.
Like what can we do? What makes this man happy? What can he do to get everyone off our ass?
That's true. Nothing.
And nothing.
Nothing. No.
Your misery. Honestly, every time you have one of those quote tweets, like, we tried to fucking talk to him. He won't talk to us.
That makes him happy.
That makes me like, that gives me 4 more months. So like, all right, I'm good.
You're a sick pup. But you're going to have to get that tattoo now. You have enough senseless tattoos now that you got to get that one too.
We do have.
I would like to go down the road, by the way, of every time someone calls in and asks and tells you to get a tattoo, you have to do it. That's a fun road to go down. Let's do that. That's a fun one.
That is a fun road.
Come on.
That's got me
good.
intrigued. That's got me intrigued. I'll admit it.
First subscriber.
Tattoo subscriber tattoos? We could do that.
Yeah.
How about like every once a week? Or maybe like once a month. How about this? Whoever goes through the voicemails, you can submit your Feidelberg. You have to submit your regular voicemails. I don't want the whole voicemail line to just become tattoo ideas. You still got to tell your stories. Still got to get good questions in. If you want, you can also submit Feidelberg tattoo ideas. And at the end of the month, we'll pick what we think is like the best one or the actual most like, funniest one or whatever. And you don't have to get them, but we could maybe have your whole body carved up with like listener ideas.
I also
Did you
think,
feel the AC kick on right there?
Yeah,
Why is it not on the whole time?
I don't know.
Why does the AC kick on at 4:41 p.m.? The day's over. The work day's over. Where was the air conditioning all day, Jackie?
It was on the whole day.
No, it wasn't at all during this episode.
It was.
No, it wasn't because I can now feel it on. It's now blowing on me. It wasn't before.
Because it was already so cold in the room.
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Speaking of, I was just emailing merch. Speaking of the spicy PB&Js, we got a big fire logo again.
Oh yeah.
The spicy PB&J shirts and hats.
Coming. Yep. Those
be
are
on
super
sale.
cool.
I think they should. I just texted to see if we can just put them on right now. But those are logos I'd get tattooed. Like fucking
You should get the banana cigs,
The banana cigs
and spicy PBJs.
and spicy PB&Js.
Those are worth inking on your body permanently.
They're very cool. They're very cool logos.
No, that's like perfect like shirt type material. Like that's like good t-shirt logo type shit. So
I'm trying to find
get your
it.
spicy PB&Js. We'll put those on sale. If they're not on sale right now, as you listen, they'll be up soon enough. But submit your Feidelberg tattoo stories, tattoo ideas, and let's get a second voicemail. This guy looks like
What's up,
this guy.
KFC
Oh yeah.
Feits, BC.
Oh yeah.
And all the production crew. I don't even know if BC's still there. He could just be behind the scenes.
He's a ghost.
BTS BC. But early morning Saturday at work, listening to the It's Always Sunny podcast, and I'm listening to Glenn talk about his Hollywood fantasies that he wants to do. Like he wants to survive quicksand or know what that feels like. He wants to kick in a door, and he wants to chloroform a man, which problematic. So it was making me think of shit I wanted to do. So I wanted to like see if I could use the element of surprise and do like some spy shit and like sneak through a building with like security there, knowing I'd definitely get caught. But I wanted to see how far I could get. or like, you know, the scenes in like hospitals where like nurses have to like pile on a guy to like inject him to knock him out, like see if you could resist that. So it brings me to the question, what's your Hollywood fantasy, and is it as stupid or problematic as Glenn's? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen.
Boy, that's a good one.
That is a great one.
But first thing that came to me, mine was jumping a car, like
jumping a car?
yeah,
Jumping over a car?
jumping, using a car to do a jump.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. You
like-
see that guy in Tesla who did it for real
Yeah,
this week? That
dude,
was wild.
That was nuts.
Yeah, smashed into the car that was parked and everything. There's a Spicy PBJ logo. That is so dope.
Yeah.
Jumping a car is a great one because it's also like relatively realistic. Like that guy just wanted to do it, so he did it.
Yeah.
He found a big hill and he just fucking did it.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like he came so close to flipping.
So close. And I mean, just smashed that other car up and just bounced, right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, every drug is probably up there. Although,
No, but you know, there's like Hollywood like moves, if you will, that like
I'd like to Tokyo Drift.
sure, that's a good one.
Yeah, basically, I now that I've said two answers, I'm realizing I'd just like to live the Fast and Furious. It's basically what it comes down to. I think.
I'm trying to think of some realistic things.
Street race,
I'd like to
run from the Rock.
I'd like to like knock in the window pane and like reach through
Oh,
and lock it
yeah.
and break
That's
it. Oh,
dangerous.
I want to pick a lock. I would like picking locks drives me crazy in Hollywood movies when they have like a fucking, you know, bobby pin and like a paper clip and they just put the two things in, or they have the swipe like credit card picking locks, breaking in that way. I want to break in to a place like Glenn wants to kick in the door. I want to pick the lock.
Do you ever see The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling? Oh, it's a classic.
Yeah. But
When he tries to break in by knocking the paint out, he ends up cutting his wrist. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's a very dangerous thing to do.
Right, exactly. They make it look so easy, just psh, and it breaks perfectly. And then, yeah, I want to break into things, but definitely that locksmith shit is like, it looks so cool. I would love to. Also, I just want to steal things. I think break into a safe where you put your ear up to it.
But what you're describing are like talents. Like you need to learn how like I can just do the car.
No,
thing.
that's my point.
Glenn
Like,
could just
people-
chloroform a man, but you need to like learn how. This is a skill.
But that's what I mean. In movies, they don't. It's like, you know, you're like a regular guy who's like stuck in a situation, and you're just like, I picked the lock. I got through. Or like I want to hotwire a car. The old,
that's a good one.
Pull it underneath and just like the first two wires that are right there, they just touch it together and you're good to go.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is probably wildly difficult and no one could ever do it, but they do it in like 2 seconds. Kicking in a door is a fun one. I'd like to break a bottle over someone's head.
Oh, nice bottling's a good one. Yeah.
And I want one of those moments, like a Goodwill Hunting moment, where you're like, I don't know, you're at the bar, you're drinking, you're like, yeah, like you're having some fight, like some conversation that's escalating. You know what I mean? And eventually you're just like, I don't know, you say some stupid line. You know what I mean? You'd be like, something you could say right before you bottle someone. You know?
Heads up.
Kind of like it. Right? I'd be like, heads up. Like, what do you mean? Heads up. What are you saying? I said heads up, man! But I just bottle you. Or it's like, you know, clean that up. Clean that mess up. What mess? This one. Bow!
That's a good
Bottle
one.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like you're passed out and I'm like, someone better clean this mess up. And I walk out. I want to bottle someone.
It's like Rush Hour. When he says, I forget the guy's name. The guy looks like Cisco though.
That bad guy, right?
Yeah, Chris Tucker throws a napkin at him and says, "Clean up the blood."
Yeah, good bottling.
Clean yourself
That's my
up.
Hollywood.
You're bleeding. I think is what it is.
All right, last voicemail. Looks like we got this is gonna be a classic. Just I think from now on we take a look at the thumbnail and we predict where we're going. I think this is gonna be a classic when we look at this. Last voicemail is brought to you by Betterhelp. Betterhelp is online therapy, meaning you can text message, phone call, or video call with your therapist. So a lot of people call in and they ask us for help, and instead of doing that, you could just call a therapist.
Yeah.
Whereas
you
we
should
say like,
call.
I don't know, fucking dumper.
You
You can be the same amount of time and effort you use to make a phone call to us, you could spend it calling BetterHelp, and you could get some actual wisdom to help you deal with whatever the stresses in life may be. You can do it through text, phone, or video call, which means you don't have to meet in person, which means you don't have to be in the waiting room. You don't have to travel anywhere. You don't have to wait for like 3 weeks to get an appointment. You can find a doctor for you in just 24 to 48 hours, guaranteed in 2 days, where you'll sit down and get some help. Over 2 million people have used online therapy. I mean, it's brand new, and they've already got 2 million people doing it. So you can tell that this is going to be the wave of the future. Used to be you sit down in front of someone and waste all the time. Now you can just do it at home, no commuting, no worrying about it. It is therapy from the future. And you can, whether you need the help desperately or whether you're just looking to maintain some mental health, they got it all for you. So go to betterhelp.com/KFC. That's BETTERHELP.com/KFC. And you can get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/KFC.
What's up, Kev? Fights, Nick, Jackie. So basically, I'm just wondering about with everything that's going on with Chris Rock and Will Smith, everything that happened last week, just kind of wondering about your most rage-inducing moments. I know, for example, one of mine was when I played lacrosse in high school. We had a black kid on our team, and during a game, the other team, one of the kids kind of said a racial slur towards him. I didn't take that lightly, and I proceeded to drop my gloves and drop my stick and run over there, and had every intention of beating the shit out of him. However, I proceeded to get the shit beat out of me, and did not fare well for me. But I guess my question is what has been your most rage-inducing moment? Like the one thing, it doesn't matter who it is, how it's said, or what happens. Just one thing that just flips a switch in your brain that you are just in a rage.
Do you have? I don't know if you have like a button like that. Do you?
Oh
yeah, you've always said if you do something to the girl you're with, then you
yeah. But that's just I think that's just a human thing. I don't think that. I guess this one is just a human one as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, there's not everyone's gonna throw down in that moment.
Yeah. The I had a kid in high school playing high school hockey. He kept calling me the K word, and for some reason it made me really mad because I'm not.
That's why I made you mad.
I was like, he kept doing it. We were in Northampton, I think. No, fuck, what was the name of the school? It was an outdoor rink. It was so sick. Yeah, it was fucking dope. It had a roof, but just a roof.
That's very cool.
And
they just saw that schnoz and kept fucking calling.
I remember we were taking opening face off, and someone was cross country skiing by. And I was like, this is sick. It was snowing outside.
That's unbelievable.
This is a winter wonderland, and this kid just kept calling me the K word, and I was like, bro, I'm having a pretty nice day right now. Why are you gonna be such a dick about it? But then he was he was so he's I'm a piece of shit and I don't care. So as I would get madder, he'd call me more.
Absolutely.
And I was like, dude, I get we're playing New England prep school hockey right now, so you can probably get away with that.
Yeah, absolutely. The refs are probably get him.
Why do you keep saying this so loud?
Yeah,
it's a horribly offensive word.
If there's a place you want to drop slurs, New England hockey rink. Most of the crowd's gonna be like, "Yeah, we agree."
Someone get that kid a microphone.
There's signs that say that shit in the crowd.
But yeah, that's probably the last time I was enraged for a period of time. I've had flashes of red.
Yeah.
Where I don't even know what I did in the moment kind of deal. I get those pretty regularly actually. But they're very fleeting.
What was the last one?
I don't know. I was in a fight with my girlfriend or something. I just threw something.
Killed her.
Yeah.
Chopped her head off.
God fucking damn it! And immediately what the hell was that?
A true blackout moment.
Yeah,
psychopath.
Nuts, dude.
The fly off the handle. I feel like there's this time this guy made fun of my wife for having alopecia. And it just fucking went crazy. Imagine if that was your answer. Imagine if that was like. Imagine if all that hadn't happened. Imagine if my story. I was like, this one time I was at a show and this comic made fun of my wife's hair and she had alopecia. He didn't even know it though. So I went up on stage and I fucking smacked him in the face. People would be like, that's such a bad reason to do that. That reason sucks. I don't get like rage. Oh no, I mean that's not true. I do rage, but like, none of it's ever really been like physical.
By the way, we kind of glossed over it, but getting your ass kicked by a racist when you tried to stand up to racism is a tough scene.
Yo, well, that's where
I'm gonna go beat racism today.
No, you're not.
Racism kicked my ass.
Racism won. Racism's been undefeated for a long time, man.
Dude.
Well, I almost feel like you're like the black
Like,
friend.
all right, fine, you're right. He is one.
That would be the most demoralizing thing. Imagine that. Imagine you getting your ass so beat by the racist that he's like, say it. I'm not gonna stop till you say it. And you just make someone say it. You learn your lesson real fucking quick on stepping in to fight someone else's battle. I'll tell you that much. Say it.
Call him one, you pussy. You look at him like Wesley Snipes in that meme. You're like, I'm sorry, man, but I mean, he's right.
I feel like the black friend has to step in and help you out on that one. You kind of feel responsible here.
What was he doing the whole time?
Yeah, like get him off my back, please. Jesus Christ. All right, that's it. Let's get into our Tom Segura interview. It's brought to you by Schick. So Tom Segura is here. You know Tom, the water champ, Mr. Ladybug. He's got that shaved head. He probably shicks that shit every night when he's trimming it down, keeping it nice and smooth. And that's going to be Madam Feidelberg. We got to clean you up nice because you officially lost the blade bet. So that means we're going to have to get you all smooth all over where we're going to shave your whole body.
Shave my whole body.
We're going to do the sensitive razor with the bamboo handle.
Speaking of my body, I did something earlier in this episode. I took my shirt up. And I intentionally stuck my stomach out really far. So if we could not screenshot those and send those around, that would be great.
Okay, wait. Let me just step in. Like, my co-host apparently has learned nothing about the internet, and so if we could just teach him a lesson by explaining that the minute that you ask someone on the internet to not do something, they exclusively do just that. Go ahead and go ahead and screenshot that belly.
Whatever, man. If I look fat, so what? I'm about to shave my stomach and look hot anyway, because that's the rule. When you shave your stomach, you look hot. So I'm gonna get my blade. I'm gonna shave my chest, and then I think I'll handle the chest myself. I don't think unless you guys want to do it.
I think I'll shave the chest.
Okay, and then then you guys can do.
We're shaving your legs.
Yeah, I mean you can shave. Like it's not gonna be too hard. The chicks are gonna cut right through this.
You
can shave the whole shebang.
Shaving. I don't want to do any of the shaving, to be honest.
Okay, I'll
shaving Feidelberg's legs is a gruesome thought.
We were talking.
I just got a
about this
pedicure,
the other
so.
day, and I saw that. And Jackie was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I'm all set on that.
And that's when Pavs dropped the line every Friday. Me and the homies shave each other's backs or something. So I think Pavs has experience here.
I've been shaving my dad's back since I was like 14. I got no problem with this. My roommates, they have hairy
Your
backs.
dad is a fucking hairy Italian, isn't he?
Kidding me?
He's like a grizzly bear, right?
crazy.
Yeah, you get out like a hedge clipper to shave Mr. Pabs' back. You get out the fucking. I've been shaving my dad's back since I was 14. Wow, that's a fucking line, man. All right, so you can
Pabs
do the
only
shaving.
just stopped once he could beat his dad in an arm wrestling competition.
Pabs will shave Feidelberg for the chick.
You will not need to use a blade in my back. My back's fine.
I mean, none of it's very, very hairy, but we will turn you into a wet cat because you officially lost the blade bet. Final count, everybody did great. The month of March was our largest ever on YouTube for views and subscribers, minutes, like every stat that matters. We are the #1 YouTube channel like that's outside of the Barstool channel, and I think $1 million worth of game, right?
Yeah,
those were the two. But as far as the rest of the in-house podcast, KFC Radio had the #1 YouTube. So shout out to the chicken heads.
The channel grew 10% in a month.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, if we could do that, if we can keep that 10% clip up, let's go.
Then John's gonna be covered in tattoos.
But it just shows. It's just like obviously we were doing the blade bet, and that's why it matters. And that's why it happens so quickly. But it just shows how easy it is to fucking sign up, log in, click the button. And the more we do that, the faster we grow. We'll continue to churn out more and more ridiculous content. So we'll have the triathlon soon. And we'll have John getting tats. We'll come up with all sorts of different stuff. But the Polly on the pod.
I think they're probably about to. Well, she's. Did I don't think I've told this story. So I'm going on vacation next week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my dad just pulled like the ultimate dad move. Not dad move, but the ultimate move of all time. So he, for Christmas, bought my mother and my two sisters a Paris vacation. And that was one of their Christmas gifts. And
what was your gift? Like a pair of boxing gloves or something?
Bro,
nothing.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Hilarious.
But that was all just a slow play. Because then, like 2 weeks ago, he calls me and my brother. Like a month ago, he calls me and my brother, and he's like, "Hey, it's kind of bullshit. The ladies are going on vacation, isn't it?" And we were like,
"Well, you got it for
I was
Dad.
like, not really. Like, I don't think so." And he still tries to pawn it off. He's like, Ben and John were complaining the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I didn't say a word. I never once complained that my mother and my two sisters are going on vacation. And he's like, I think the boys should hit Jamaica. We're like, okay, sounds good. Let's go.
That's a funny thing for like of all the places too, though. Like I love his move. I just don't know why. I think it's funny that your dad picked Jamaica.
He loves Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's
like me and the boys are going to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I could see him if he said like we're gonna go hit the mountain, we're gonna go skiing, we're gonna go just like Jamaica.
Nah, we're going to the resort that we were talking about with Shane.
Yeah.
Half Moon, what up?
Dude, that's a nice spot. So that's a move by your dad, though. That's what he was doing.
Yeah,
he was just
100%.
Like, he just puppeteered this whole thing.
And like I said, he tries to tell me and my brother that we did it.
You were the ones.
I was like, I assure you, I didn't once complain that my sisters and mother got a Christmas gift. like I just didn't.
Well, you'll be nice and sexy for Jamaica then. You'll be all
smooth,
shaved up, and you can get your chic gear at chic.com, SCHICK.com. 20% off individual items, men's items, when you use code BARSTOOL. 1 coupon redemption per customer. Supplies last. Terms and conditions, yada, yada. And they have the sensitive skin, for the dry skin, for the hydro skin. They've got the bamboo handle, the 5 blades. It is shaving from the future to keep you all nice and smooth. And so, again, thanks to everybody who subscribed during the month. And keep it moving. Tell your friends. It's Tom Segura on KFC Radio. Let's talk to him. Did your birthday come up yet?
No, it's in a couple weeks.
So, but you know what you're getting at this point, right? You know.
I mean,
relatively, like it's.
I thought I knew, and then he's been like,
coy with it.
Yeah, and talking in like codes, and I'm like, so I try not to even think about it.
I mean, the way he's posed it to us is that he's just basically getting a new business for your birthday. That's what he said. He said, "I'm buying Tom a present that is a new business for me."
Well,
Two Bears Racing.
He, he goes like, Bert doesn't know what he's saying a lot, but he's also.
We know
like,
that's why.
It's kind of what's endearing and fun about him is like.
All right, thanks for watching this episode of KFC Radio. If you like watching it on YouTube, imagine watching it live on stage with us in person. Right now, the KFC Radio live tour is coming to a city near you. We have tickets on sale in Nashville, in Philly, and in Chicago. You can click here or click in the link below and get tickets. Come with your friends. Come alone. We hang out. We have a blast. We get shit-faced, and you can meet us. 2 handsome guys. 1 handsome guy and an okay guy. You be the judge of who that is. It's me. The handsome one. He's the okay one.
Comment below.